It's Brandon from Audio Addiction. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to be doing KARD. I'm joined by none other than Alex and Therese. How's it going, guys?
What up?
Thank you guys so much for the love on the XG video. If you watched it on YouTube, it is doing super well. So I must have hit most people's feeds, so that's sick. But either way, we're here to talk about KARD, another group I am not very familiar with, but I feel like that's a pretty common trend with these videos. So Therese, you said you only knew like 20%?
Only watched their music videos as they come out. I hadn't really dove into the B-sides or anything, so I'm pretty excited.
And Alex, what about how familiar you are with KARD?
I'm pretty familiar. I'm probably
the most
on the other side of Therese, like 80% maybe.
Oh, okay. All right.
There's definitely a couple in here that I either don't remember or I'm not super familiar with. Most of them I am.
Okay, cool. How, I guess, to get a little backstory on the group, how long are they like one of the older groups, or I don't know how long they've been around for?
Yeah. Just give you like the quick rundown. Basically,
quick rundown.
They debuted in 2017, so it's been, I guess that makes them they've been around for a while, right?
Okay.
6 years ish. They are a 4-member co-ed group from DSP Media, which is now a subsidiary of RBW, which is like Mamamoo company, essentially. Yeah, there's 4 members. BM, Jsef, 2 guys, and Jiwoo and Somin are the 2 girls. That's pretty much all I think we really need to know to get into it. You know, we have 2 songs to start off with that are pre-debut tracks.
Ah, okay.
So we can just get started on them whenever we're ready.
All right. Well, this first one is Oh Na Na, so I'm excited. Let's hop into it.
지겨워 always 왜 맘에 없는 남자만 말을 꺼내요 go away 에이 너무 뻔하잖아 식상한 매력 느끼한 말투 아무 느낌 없어 no no 제발 내 앞에 나타나줘 어디에 있나요 my love 날 구해줘
You're looking for a man that's realer 날 만나기 전에 맘껏 즐겨 인사에 자꾸 목적이 뻔한 남자들의 DM 알림은 다 무시해 girl 딱 한 번에 꽂혀 너로 맞춰진 내 관심을 초점 all day all night baby 365 언제나면 절대 떠나지 않을게 요사
매일 날 위한 노래를 불러줘요 Oh na 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 달콤한 눈빛으로 날 녹여줘요 Oh na 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 그대 뜨거운 가슴이 조금만 식어도 덜어질지도 몰라 영원히 곁에 있어 날 지켜줘요 오늘처럼 Oh na na Oh na na 오늘처럼 Oh na na Oh na na Oh na 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 불안해 all night 옆에 있어도 사라질까봐 난 두려워요 No way 훌쩍 떠날까봐 난 무서워 너 없이 못 살 것 같아 모르겠어 자꾸만 보고 싶은데 얼마나 사랑해 정말 사랑해 내 모든 걸 맡길게 날 안아줘
My real lady 왜 놀리니 널 향한 호기심의 깊이님이 no limit 날 더 미치게 만들어 널 몸 no limit like 커피와 머핀 조화로 no limit 비모은 실소화초 내게 헌신소와 비어 밑거름의 순간을 거룩 한 찰나의 찬란한 아름다움 너의 버팀목이 되어 지켜주는 한 시체 모두 맡겨도 돼요
매일 날 위한 노래를 불러줘요 Oh na 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 달콤한 눈빛으로 날 녹여줘요 Oh na 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 그대 뜨거운 가슴이 조금만 식어도 덜어질지도 몰라 영원히 곁에 있어 날 지켜줘요 오늘처럼 Oh na 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 계속 날 사랑한다 하고 싶다 해줘요 조금만 더 남자답게 난 네 거라고 해줘 Oh 나나 오늘처럼 Oh 나나 Oh 나나 Oh 나나나 매일 날 위해 노래를 불러줘요 Oh 나나나 달콤한 눈빛으로 날 녹여줘요 Oh 나나나 그대 뜨거운 가슴이 조금만 식어도 덜어질지도 몰라 영원히 곁에 있어 날 지켜줘요 오늘처럼 Oh 나나
Pretty good. All right, guys, that was Oh Na Na by KARD. I guess first impressions. I like the beat. I thought that was cool. I also enjoyed like basically the male like female dynamic. I wasn't really sure on how I was gonna feel about it going into it because I feel like thus far we've really only tackled primarily girls groups. But I thought it was interesting the way that they kind of went about it, where the guys are doing the rap parts and the females are doing the singing. Though I did like in that last chorus, the guys were doing like harmonies in the back. I thought that was really sick. But I don't know. It was like I feel like it was kind of middle of the road. I didn't really feel one way or the other about it. I was just like, this is solid. It's good.
It's really inoffensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you say that was their debut track?
It's pre-debut.
Pre-debut. Okay. Yeah, because knowing what they've come out with like more recently, it's very tame, and I mean, it's like it's not bad.
It's a slow roll.
It's vibey. It's very much like early K-pop, sort of filtered down pop sound, but it's not bad. Like it's definitely got more beat than a lot of the early K-pop or earlier K-pop I've heard. So I liked it. The chorus left a little bit to be desired, I think.
I could feel that, yeah.
But the verses were fire, and I think they all did really well as performers. So
yeah, something that me and Brandon briefly had a conversation about is that like KARD is kind of the only group that's doing well. However you want to really distinguish what well is.
Sure, yeah.
That is a co-ed group, and there's a handful of reasons for that. You can, point to certainly some good reasons that they typically don't work out, or that companies don't want to take the risk or like go for that, other than special project groups or collabs.
Mm-hmm.
But something that they do that I think helps with their like being able to maintain a co-ed group and like somehow harbor the fan base that is like interested in the whole group and everything. I think it has a lot to do with their sound, where they're going for this like especially for their earlier stuff, a more like kind of Latin influenced beats.
Mm-hmm.
And that being said, they do very well internationally, especially in Latin America, South America, where like these beats are more popular. They're very, very well received. Not as much in Korea, from what I know, but they're one of those groups that like they're, I guess maybe in a similar way to like Dreamcatcher, a couple years ago, where it's like seemingly their whole fan base is international, or like a very large chunk of it. Something I think they do well though is you'll see as like their concept kind of shifts and progresses over time, they like still find a way to keep that concept and like the styling and the way that they go about like their music videos and like their direction. They manage to find a way that makes a co-ed group work well with that, where I feel like it's easy to get lost because you can't there's like concepts I think that don't get received as well if you drift too far into a concept that doesn't appeal to a wide variety of fans. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to do like you're gonna alienate fans if you say like, hey, KARD, let's do a bubblegum concept. You know what I mean?
Sure,
Because
yeah.
you've got BM and JSF who are like, you know, rappers and, you know, both like all muscly, and you're like, oh well, we can't really do that. And then
Yeah.
I think they all
on the other aspect, you don't want to go like super hard and give the, you know, Ju is a great rapper, but Soman is a singer. You don't want to like give them nothing to shine. So there's like a middle ground, and I think that they've done a really good job from their debut and like throughout maintaining concepts and like styles that are able to showcase a co-ed group properly. You know,
they all have a very like tough look in a
Yeah.
way, like very tough sort of visuals, and I think they are extremely consistent in their styling and their concept. So I really appreciate that. I love a consistent group.
Yeah, Alex and I did have a conversation about that. I do like, and now obviously seeing it and seeing them perform, it would make sense as to like, yeah, if they go too far into like the bubblegum, like K-pop, earlier K-pop stuff, that might just like throw off the dynamic, or if they go like more in the like Everglow or like really more of the darker theming, it might kind of again push people in a different direction. So I think this one pre-debut kind of gives me a little bit of a perspective on where they might be heading towards, but I appreciate the fact that they kind of thread the needle pretty well. Even in this song, like you can kind of tell how well like everything's balanced out, and where it doesn't feel like something's like too much in one direction. And again, as what Alex said, I feel like this song is very inoffensive. It's just like solid track, and I think it just kind of lays the groundwork for, I would argue, what KARD has built for 7 years roughly. So like it.
So we got another pre-debut track next, so why don't we
Sick.
just roll into that?
Yeah.
All right. This is Don't Recall, so let's give it a listen.
떨어져 줄래 저리 가줄래 짜증나니까 불결하니까 지원해 봄에 손대지 마 이제 난 너를 몰라 너 역시도 모른 척해 날 안다는 눈빛 더러운 느낌 느끼고 싶지 않아
날 그렇게 쳐다보지 마 더 내게서 멀어지지 마 I gave you all my love, love, all of my love, love 절대 보내고 싶지 않아
날 그렇게 쳐다보지 마더 내게로 다가오지 마 You need to let it go, go, leave me alone, alone 절대 돌리고 싶지 않아 좋았던 순간도 기억이 안 나와 맘만 나만 날 괴롭힐 수 없이 내일이 없을 것만 같아 설렜던 순간도 No, 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 no 더 이상 아무런 의미 없어 그만해 I don't recall 더 이상 아무런 의미 없어 그만해 I don't recall
피부로 맞지 않고 독의 촉감 싸늘한 그 책감 그간의 무책임을 탓함에 잇따른 죄책감 마치 대가 고만이 대빠진 내 죄감 희석시켜왔던 지난 잘못들의 대가 엉켜버린 실타래 매듭짓긴 어타래 빛바랜 추억 속에 살아가는 건 비참해 I hope that 내게 닥칠 바래 내 독백
That was cool. Okay.
날 그렇게 쳐다보지 마더 내게로 다가오지 마 You need to let it go, go, leave me alone, alone 절대 돌리고 싶지 않아
날 그렇게 쳐다보지 마 더 내게서 멀어지지 마 I gave you all my love, love, all of my love, love
절대 보내고 싶지 않아
좋았던 순간도 기억이 안 나와 맘만 나만 날 괴롭힐 수 없이 내일이 없을 것만 같아
All right. All right. That was Don't Recall.
Interesting.
This one I think
I
they
like
did
that
much
one
better.
much more. Yeah.
Therese and I are on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
That's
There's
Like,
awesome.
something
okay,
so
yeah.
funny. There's something so funny about like seeing KARD now and then seeing them also dancing in these like cute white outfits in like a white room. It's really jarring.
I was
Um,
gonna say,
oh, go ahead.
I think there were quite a few scenes in this particular music video that were a little bit cringy, and it was always like, it always had to do with their dancing. Not that they're bad dancers, because I know they're not bad dancers, but I
Yeah,
think the
that's gotta be-
framing of the shot and just like the choreography that they were showing specifically in that moment was like so strange.
It's got to be so hard to choreograph for a co-ed group like this, though, right?
Yeah. I feel like it would be.
I don't know. I think you can use a lot of inspiration from other genres that choreographers can't use, like ballroom dancing or flamenco
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something like that. So I don't know.
Or the guys can shake their hips, you know. It's whatever, you know. We're about it.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever. It's good. Yeah, I feel like this is definitely a way of a step up, and I don't know what the reception was at the current time of when they released both of these pre-debut songs, but I would say out of the two, I probably enjoyed this one a lot more just because I think conceptually they like took everything that I enjoyed about the first one and just like figured out better placing. I also think that like the music quality got much better as well too. I think they were able to kind of figure out like, okay, we're gonna put the guys here, or we're gonna kind of break them up. We're gonna give them like some singing parts. Like I think there is a lot more like diversity amongst the song that I would argue makes it better per se. And I think that obviously since they have like male and female vocalists in the group, I would be curious to see if whether or not they would do some sort of like harmonies where it like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be really interesting just again because they're a co-ed group. I think that's something I'm hoping that they would do in future KARD material, but yeah, overall I think this one very similarly to the first one was like inoffensive, but I think this one is definitely higher than the previous one, I'd say in my headspace.
Yeah, I'm sort of. My only real thoughts are it gives like the same vibe, and it's like not too different from the other pre-release track they did. I think it's just a better song. So
That's fair, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
they do have one more pre-release. I misspoke when I said two. There's one more.
How dare you?
I guess it's a lot of pre-releases, which is a little odd, especially to have music videos for all of them. And I actually don't think I remember what the third one sounds like. I guess my only thing I'd be a little confused about is like why. Like I'm sure maybe Therese, maybe you know, like the sound is pretty similar to like how KARD debuted. You know what I mean? Like they debuted with a very similar sound to the pre-releases they're showing. I'm wondering why release two pre-releases or pre-debut tracks that just sound like your debut.
I don't understand the concept of pre-debut in general. I feel like I have just like noticed that it's become a thing, or
it is
like recently, and I don't think I remember it happening in my time of exploring K-pop initially. So I'm like really confused. Like if you have the members, if they're making music and you're promoting that music, that's a debut, right?
Yeah.
What is a pre-debut?
Yeah, I also don't understand that concept. Like again, because I don't come from this lane of music, even though I've become more and more indoctrinated with it over the past like 6+ months. But anytime you've mentioned pre-release, I'm like, should I just go and look up why groups do pre-releases? Because
Well,
It-
pre-releases are different from pre-debut.
or
Pre-releases make sense,
Okay.
I think. Pre-releases, I think, are good for getting interest in an album if they're
But
done right.
pre-debut, so obviously that
Pre-debut is
pre-release, pre-debut is like what? So pre-debut is like before the group forms, or I don't know.
No,
Maybe you might.
pre-debut is your group is formed.
Okay.
You're ready to debut. You've
Okay.
like announced the members. Everything's locked. You have music, but let's say you're gonna debut on November 15th.
Okay.
But we're gonna put out a whole music video on October 15th, and call that a pre-debut because we don't
okay.
debut until November 15th.
Gotcha.
But you just debuted when you released music, so it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't
I'm
make
sure
sense.
I'm sure it's factored into like a set date they had months ago and like marketing stuff
yeah.
and whatever. I'm sure there's reasons for it, but I don't know. They've got to do something about the term pre-debut tracks, I think, because it's becoming a very common thing now too.
Yeah.
Shout outs to
And
Cloud. Oh, go ahead, Therese. Sorry.
I'm wondering if it purely has to do with the year that they want to get awards for, like Rookie of the Year awards.
Oh,
Like K-pop redshirting is what I called it in our reactions channel. I'm like, I don't understand why we need to set a separate date for debut. Unless if you wanted it to be a big debut where it's like, oh, this is the type of music you can expect from this group now on, and you wanted to lead up to that, but you could do teasers and stuff. I don't know.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, for an example, like a recent example that I know Therese will know, like the Vicha thing. Like they finished the show and they released a pre-debut that night. But then, you're like, okay, pre-debut, but it's a whole music video.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a music video reaction and a dance practice and music shows. So how is it a pre-debut then? Because you just did everything that a group does for a regular debut. If you did a pre-debut and you just released like an audio track, like if you did a pre-debut and you just released the audio version on like Spotify on streaming platforms or something, I'd be like, okay, that's kind of a pre-debut. You're not like fully committing. You're not doing the whole gambit of the the K-pop runaround. They're just doing a whole promotion and just not counting it.
Pretty much. That's
and
what it
I
seems
wasn't.
like.
I didn't find out about KARD until their actual debut. So I have no idea what they did as far as like promotions or anything for these 3 songs they did for pre-debut. So maybe they didn't promote or didn't like post much, and it was just random music videos. I have no idea.
Well, yeah, 7
But,
years.
we're
7
sort
years
of-
ago, is a long time ago. So to be
right,
fair.
I think we're sort of having a more general conversation, not specifically about KARD at the moment.
Cloud dropped some cool comments here. He agrees with Therese. I don't know on what about, but congrats, Therese. He
Same.
also said, many times I fight with friends. They tell me they haven't debuted, quote unquote, when they have 2 music videos and music on the platform. The only way I understand the debut, quote unquote, is when a group performs for the first time for press or music show. And that's why he says it's called pre-debut, since they only release a music video but didn't perform live yet, so there's no debut, quote unquote. I feel like that's a pretty good explanation.
but now they're performing live with pre-debut.
Oh, okay.
At least for Vicha.
Yeah.
Vicha.
I don't know if everyone is, but yeah.
I like
he
saying
said
that
they-
name.
Yeah.
Vicha.
That's what was been confusing everyone with Vicha specifically, because we can't figure out if they're meant to appeal to a Western audience or a Korean audience, but right now they're only performing and promoting in Korea. So pre-debut,
baby.
Pre-American debut maybe, or I don't
Too many.
know.
If you know the answer, let us know in the comments or in the chat. Let us know if you give us your best explanation, because shit, I don't fucking know this. So anyway,
let's get back on track.
Let's get back to KARD,
the
baby.
KARD stuff, because we haven't even hit debut yet. So
is
Yeah,
Rumor
right,
a
right.
debut?
no.
Fuck.
Oh,
What the
yeah.
hell?
Another debut.
All right, well, let's just listen to Rumor then.
You for real?
누가 그랬어? 얼마
I
전에
like how they filmed this in portrait mode.
너 행복해 보였어.
Gotta appeal to the youth.
힘이 빠지더라. 난 네가
Shot on iPhone 12.
It's got to be broken up on TikTok. You know, clips, part 1 through 5.
어떻게 난 인정 못해 그리 쉽게 날 잊고서 행복해 너무 가혹해 너란 여자도 오케이 여태 건 몰라서 난 속았던 것 같아 지금까지도 난 너를 못 잊겠는데 뭘 해도 네 미소가 지워지질 않는데 그럴 일 없어 이건 말도 안돼 분명 잘못 봤을 거라고 믿을래
너무나 힘들어 괜찮은 척하는 것도 친구들 말로 이미 난 누군가가 생겼대
늦진 않았다고 말해줄래 부탁해 한 번만 더 기회를 줄래 Where you at my love Where you at my love 알잖아 나는 너 아니면 돼
These are much better dancing shots.
난 여자와 있는 걸 봤다면서
심각하게 별로였댔어
단 한 번도 없어 모든 걸 다 걸고 셈이 났어 우리가 떨어지길 바랬나 봐 친구랑 있는 걸 봤겠지 절대 그럴 리가 없는데
그렇게 난 인정 못해 그리 쉽게 날 잊고서 행복해 너무 가혹해 너란 남자 톡해 여태껏 몰라서 날 속였던 것 같아 아무렇지 않을 거라고 믿었는데 나 완벽하게 나를 지운 줄 알았는데 그럴 리 없어 이건 말도 안돼 분명 잘못 봤을 거라고 믿을래 너무나 힘들어 괜찮은 척하는 것도 친구들 말로 이미 난 누군가가 생겼대
늦진 않았다고 말해줄래 부탁해 한 번만 더 기회를 줄래 Where you at my love Where you at my love 알잖아 나는 너 아니면 돼
여기저기서 들리는 말들 전부 사실인 게 맞나요 맞죠 지금 내 눈을 바라보며 말해줘
전부 다 거짓말이야 전혀 없어 그런 적 죽으라 노력해도 마음은 쉽게 못 잊어 예전 사진만 비치는 휴대폰의 모니터 과거로 냅두기엔 waste of a real love
너무나 힘들어 괜찮은 척하는 것도 친구들 말로 이미 난 누군가가 생겼대
늦진 않았다고 말해줄래 부탁해 한 번만 더 기회를 줄래 Where you at my love Where you at my love 알잖아 나는 너 아니면 돼
I'm going to start throwing that into my repertoire of dance moves.
You know?
Don't worry, guys. I'm going to start throwing that out at weddings. So if you invite me to your wedding, you best believe I'm going to be throwing that out. Hell yeah. Let's go. All right, guys. That was Rumor by KARD. Again, inoffensive. I don't, any of these pre-debut songs are, I think they're pretty solid. Like, I think they keep building off the next song. I did like that. I did like the chorus a lot. I thought that was really cool. I do find that, strangely enough, from all of the other groups we've talked about, I do feel like the dynamic just kind of like stays the same throughout the entirety of the song, where I feel like other groups we've had and we've talked about, where like there's just like some really fun like dynamic shifts, where I don't feel like again, this is pre-debut, so I want to reserve my judgment a little bit, but I wish there was maybe a little bit more of an energy. This seems like chill. I like it,
Yeah.
but I wish there was maybe like a little bit more like ebbs and flows.
I think that's kind of their
vibe.
persona. Yeah,
Okay.
because they borrow heavily from like a Mubutan sort of
Fair enough. Yeah.
composition style. So it is very much like dancing to the club nonstop. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna get the really big climaxes that other groups have, but it's still like it is easy listening before easy listening was cool. So
yeah, I'll say, like, for me personally, these 3 pre-releases are not my favorite. Like, when I look at the grand scheme of like KARD's title tracks and like the rest of their music, I think they're all good songs. I think they're all just too similar. So like they could have just released one of these pre-release, in my opinion. I don't really see much of a need for all 3, unless they were gonna like deviate and do something extremely different, because all these songs have a very like slower tempo, kind of has that like Moombahton vibe to them. They're all like sort of in a similar wheelhouse. So I think if you're gonna choose to do 3 pre-debut songs, I would prefer they at least have a little more variation in them. Otherwise, like why do them unless they just had songs they wanted to get out or something.
Sure, yeah, that's a possibility.
Well, if you're thinking about like the debut being the drop of all the new media for you to consume, this is just adding to the media for you to consume with a group that's really early in their career. So yeah, I kind of get that. I think they already had an album that they wanted to release, and then they wanted to build the hype up by making music videos for those.
Yeah, maybe they wanted to build it
That's
out,
fair.
you know?
Rather than like, I think it's only become a more recent trend to pretty much shock everyone with your music and the dynamic songs that you can have.
Yeah. I feel like I have... Oh, go ahead, Therese. Sorry.
I was going to ask, when were these again? What year?
This came...
2017.
Yeah, this came out in 2017. Yep.
Interesting. Yeah.
I also feel like probably internet time was different. You know, like I agree with Therese that like maybe Shock dropping like some really fun songs or something like that might not have been as popular back in 2017. I don't know what the K-pop landscape was, but I would imagine like much similarly to like other groups that we've listened to, I think there's a level of like build up that has to be done in order for that to happen. Like again, I know Dreamcatcher's not in the same lane as KARD, obviously, but I think structurally in the way that they've put out songs, like I think there's a momentum to be built, especially if you're like a group that is not known or newer. I think there is that level of like, we have to get you familiarized with KARD, because KARD's a cool group that you should definitely check out because they're co-ed, you know, or something like that, where I feel like with other, like, again, just speaking about girl groups, I think there is like a level of build up that has to happen to be like, okay, they're releasing songs now. I'm like, if I enjoy these pre-debut songs, like there's probably a good chance I'm going to enjoy what they're going to be releasing going further. So maybe it's just kind of setting the stage for future material to come out. That's the only thing I can think of, maybe from more of a marketing perspective, even though I'm not familiar with the K-pop market in that way. But Cloud says, yes, groups like Cloud C and Baby Monster had pre-debut performances. He also said that this song is very reggae. I feel that. Moombahton, you know. And then wrapped up with Oh Nana and Don't Recall are really popular even to this day, and they do play them at shows. So that's pretty cool. Did not know that. Have you seen KARD?
Yeah, I mean they.
Alex or Therese?
No.
I have not. No.
Okay.
But yeah, I can tell, or I can see why those songs are still popular, because they aged very well. And you can't say that
I agree.
about a lot of groups, so they're still pretty vibey.
They still hit, yeah. I think it will be exciting for me to get these.
Sterling has seen KARD. That's impressive.
Very sick. Okay, shout outs.
They have very inconveniently been in Philly or like around here when they've come around for my schedule. I was supposed to go see them twice and missed it. So
Oh,
damn.
they just came around.
nice.
Wow,
Oh, that's right. I remember seeing the sales
The
going
after
around.
parties. Yeah, the after parties they threw it on the last date looked crazy.
How on the scale of like popularity, how popular is this group now? I know they've been around for 7 years, so I imagine they have like a consistent level of following, but are they like, where would you kind of place them?
I think with their newest comeback, they definitely recouped a lot of popularity that they might have dropped off on because who are the members? One of them was in the military.
Yeah,
BM wasn't, right? JSEF, yeah.
BM's from the States, so he doesn't have service, but JSEF was in the military, so they took a pretty long hiatus.
Yeah, and that was where it was kind of like nervous, like seeing them come back and seeing that there weren't as many responses, I guess. But I think with their latest release, they got a lot of that back because it's been popular.
Yeah.
So
placing them, I don't know how to really compare them. I don't know.
Well, I guess now that they've been in, now that they're in the military, that makes sense.
I mean, they're filling up small club venues, so I mean, they're doing well enough.
They're the only co-ed group that I know of, so they've got to be the most popular co-ed group internationally.
Yeah, for sure. There's like I've only seen like 1 or 2 other co-ed groups debut. And the one that I can think of on the top of my head was Checkmate, and they disbanded, and it didn't go well for them. And they pretty much just sounded like KARD, like exactly like KARD. Which I liked
really
them. I thought they were good.
Them,
yeah, I thought their stuff was cool. Their members were really talented, but they released like a couple songs that sounded a little too much like KARD, and then I was like, they just faded out.
Cloud says less popular than Dreamcatcher, more popular than Tribe E or Pixie, for example. Okay, that makes sense.
That's accurate.
Tribe E shoutouts, I love them. I think it's time to move on to the next one.
Let's get into their debut.
There we go.
I'm hyped.
Let's go.
Who's gonna be in the group?
People are gonna be in the group.
기분 좋게 내리쬐는 햇살 마주보면서 웃고 있는 그대와 나 너무 좋아 이렇게 매일 이렇게만 행복함을 계속 안겨줄래 깨고 싶지 않은 꿈만 같아.
Can I get your attention, baby girl? Let me tell you something, hold on, wait a minute. 절대 깰 일이 없어 너의 믿음 부족해 말로만 표현하기는 like the ocean. 널 향한 사랑이 깊이는 너와 너와 매일마다 깨고파 난 너의 향기에 두 팔로 감아 Wanna love you like there's no tomorrow 더는 바라지 않아
쓰다듬는 손길이 너무나도 달달해요 그대는 어쩜 이리 질리지가 않죠 이대로 잠시 시간이 멈췄으면 좋겠단 생각이 자꾸 드네요 Can you feel me burning up
L-U-V
Hola, hola, hola 좋은 걸 감추려고 애써도 계속 심장은 유동쳐 like rum pum 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 rum pum 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 그 그냥 있어도 내 가슴이 자연스레 향해 뛰고 있으니 모르는 척 넘어가줘 난 부끄럽지 않게 날 안아줘
날 안아줘 빈틈없이 마인도핀 파스텔 톤 필름 덮인 no beat green green 유토피아 나날이 더 칠해온 이상 세계로 악법적인 더비 둘의 싱그러운 스텝 마치 봄의 화이트 오션 뷰 스펙트럼 한 폭의 프레임 데자부처럼 눈이 진 되어져 밤의 꿈 한여름 밤의 꿀 달콤 마이 봄
쓰다듬는 손길이 너무나도 달달해요 그대는 어쩜 이리 질리지가 않죠 이대로 잠시 시간이 멈췄으면 좋겠단 생각이 자꾸 드네요 Can you feel me burning up
UV
올라 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 멈췄으면 좋겠단 생각이 자꾸 드네요 Can you feel me burning up
UV
I just want to know what the concept for their music video was. It's just
Yeah, are they all dating? What is-
Yeah, like-
what's happening here?
Oh, I didn't get that far. I was just like West Coast vibes.
Yeah.
Woo! So
Let's go.
relatable. Oh my god.
oh my god,
That's
it's
just
like I was
I had
there.
that exact same ceiling fan.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I also drink Dr. Pepper. That's crazy. Wow, beverage of choice. Cloud, I did know that Jiwoo is a rapper. I was just surprised at her. I don't know. I liked her rapping.
She came in hot.
She came in hot. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was
That
shocked
was
about.
fun. That
was
was
a good song.
very summer vibes, my kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll say like this compared to the 3 pre-debuts, I think is easily my favorite of the 4
I would
so
agree.
far.
Yeah.
I think it worked well. I think the music video is so fun too. It's like shot really well. Gives
Mhm.
off like big West Coast vibes.
Yeah.
BM is a West Coast boy.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sure this is right in his wheelhouse. It was very fun. It, like shows off a lot of the personalities and like how
Mhm.
close the members are and their chemistry and stuff. It's fun.
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
agree with Alex. I don't know what the concept of the music video is. Someone can elaborate on that.
They tend to like ride that line of like they are able to incorporate lyrics that sing to each other, but you can't ever tell if they're actually singing to each other or if it's just like an analogy
Right.
of like,
Yeah,
oh, my
okay.
love, and then someone walks through the door, but it's like, oh, maybe I'm thinking about them in my head. I do think it's
Yeah.
interesting how they ride that line because you can't you got to be a little bit coy about boy girl relationships in K-pop. So
It's a little tongue in cheek,
It's just
Yeah.
another obstacle for the co-ed group.
That's yeah. I feel like it's like, I feel like with this group, it's like how much can you toe the line between like we're in a relationship or we're not, but like we want to be in a relationship with you, the fans, like that's where I feel like I feel like maybe again I might be reaching a little bit, but I feel like that's probably what they were trying to go for in regards to like, well, listen, we want the guys to be in K-pop because they love the women in K-pop, or maybe the guys in K-pop, and then like the women look at it and they're like, well, I like the guys, but also the women too. So I feel like they kind of like, I feel like it's kind of like a interesting mixture of like, we want to try to like get everybody and not seem like we're making it about them like being like in a relationship or being like together, because like the absentness of like that like parasocial relationship with like K-pop groups would be like not there if they're not like, yeah, but like you watching this music video, how do you feel about it? You know, like, do you want to be in a relationship with them? You know, like
that's where I was like, the parasocial relationship would be in our quintuple, like
be a part of our group, if you know what I mean. You know.
I don't think
that's not the case.
What they're going for, but yeah. I feel like that'd be like the most obvious route if that's what they're trying to push.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily an agenda, certainly, but I do feel like they're also like, but I also feel like they're like, we're doing it, but we're like not doing it, you know, like I think that they're not actively trying to push for it, but I feel like, again, jumping into this group as being a co-ed group and listening to them for the first time, I was like, I feel like some sort of process has to be like in that, like when they were like putting this group together and like making the music videos and like putting that all together, that had to have been some sort of forethought of being like, oh, well, we can like play it off like they are in a relationship like a little bit, but not for real though, because we like money. So, but yeah, the song was good. I like this one a lot. I do agree with Alex in the sense that this is way stronger than the pre-debuts, I'd argue. I think they definitely like, I think it makes me more curious as we get into more newer KARD stuff, like how far reaching they're going to go in terms of like boundary pushing, I guess, per se. I now know that their like stuff is more of a like chill, like, you know, you're feeling the vibes. So I'm curious how far they can kind of keep that chill energy, but like utilize everybody in the group. So, but those are good. The next one is You and Me. So this was
You in Me?
You in Me.
Yeah, in, not end.
Oh, okay. Well,
sure.
It's a little bit more concerning.
In my head, thinking about you.
Okay, well,
this isn't helping the allegations from the debut video.
That's what I'm saying. Oh man. Anyway,
right, I'm just
that's
around. Let's get into
that's
it.
clickbait.
That's clickbait. It's clickbait. KARD clickbait. I knew it. Anyway, You and Me. Let's go. Already way better choreo. Choreo on point.
곳곳에 박힌 적도는 파편을 삭혀도 눈에 밟혀 아침이나 밝혀도 실은 안 바뀌어 상실감 안에 갇혀 운전하는 못 밝혀 네 부재와 결핍 무기력증에 이른 갈피 고달파진 갈증 내 목을 휘감듯 숨조차 퍼간 내 박동은 못해도 반쯤 죽어있는 내 사품 왜 날 밀어내 말해봐요 진심이 아닌 걸 알 수 있는데 자꾸 왜 날 밀어내 다 느껴지는데 아무런 말도 왜 안 해주나요 이렇게 널 불러 널 대답 없는 날 I apologize You're the only one I love 널 보낼 수 없어 널 영원할 거야 날 너 My love you are my everything My love you are my everything Why don't
That was a clean cut. I like that.
나의 사랑을 난 내거야 영원히
So painful propane 너와 나의 bullshit 왜 뿌린데 태워버려 죽인 우릴 되돌리기에 너 멀리 와버린 이 스토리는 nightmare 지나치게 조용히 아끼게 숨을 쉰 이유가 됐었는데 오히려 네 숨을 막았네 홀로 남아 어둠을 삼킨 방 안에
Did he die?
What? What? That's me. I'm confused. I have so many questions.
What the hell just happened?
Yeah. Wait, you haven't seen this?
Oh my god.
Alex, have you not seen this?
No, I don't know this one.
I thought you knew. That's
No. No, this is like one of the ones I
holy
don't know.
shit.
Wow.
Also, I love
okay.
how one of the rappers rapped painful and propane together.
Yeah,
What a
it's
G.
BM.
What a G.
Uh,
Shout outs,
okay.
BM.
That
So
was
everything
like
we said-
normal until they randomly died, and then Jiwoo was like
Oh my god.
eating dinner and sleeping with dead J-Seth. Why is that happening? Like,
Oh my
I
god.
didn't catch any hint of anyone dying until
They
were
just made him turn gray, and that was
They were-
it.
There
No,
was like
I don't.
no lead up to them dying until they
They're
were
like
dead. I don't
booting
understand what
down.
happened.
They're like
Okay,
the
so
little-
everything we said previously about playing coy, whatever, we can throw that out.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, right?
yeah.
But we can.
It was basically like, oh yeah, I want to be right next to you, you in me,
Yeah. I already thought it was kind of weird where, like, the lyrics were a little bit pushy on
Yeah.
the lady's end, and I'm like, this is kind of creepy. And then, like,
Then it got
everyone
all-
ended up dead. But, like,
They're like, let's make it worse.
I thought it was weird. I thought it was weird at first because I could tell at the beginning they're being very, like,
Sexual.
stand in person,
Yeah.
which was, like, coinciding with the what's it called, the relationship, parasocial relationships we were talking about before, like, oh look, this could be you. But now I realize
Now it could be
it's
you.
not. No, I hope not.
You could be dead just like the other.
No. I don't think I can't tell if it was the parasocial thing, if they were doing the K-drama like kissing a wall thing,
Oh my
or
God.
if it was because they were dead the whole time.
Maybe it was like.
But even then-
maybe- oh my God, what's that one movie? Oh God, I forget it. It's a Patrick Swayze movie, Ghost. Like they're gonna be doing
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
fucking like they're gonna start doing the like pottery,
That's what I was thinking. Like maybe the girls are the ghosts. Like midway before anyone died, I was like, oh, maybe the girls are ghosts because they're not reacting at all to these girls next to them. Like maybe they don't realize that they're there, and I now I don't know.
Oh my God.
I just like that
I
Alex
hope
had
someone.
never seen
I
this.
I legitimately thought that Alex had saw it, so I was just like, wow, he seems really shocked for something he's seen before. I was like, I
Nah,
appreciate
this is
the
part
like
of the-
the
This
bit.
is part of the 20%.
Oh. Yeah, like the song itself was
song
good.
though.
The song was good, yeah. Song bangs, but like music video, shit. I don't know. That was it's a little most, and it's funny because like most K-pop videos, I'm like, yeah, I like the music videos. This one, I'm like,
The more that we listen to their individual parts, the less I like J-Sip's rap. I think it's very like aggressive and it doesn't need to be.
That's
To be fair, I didn't really love either of their rap verses in this song in particular.
No.
They're a little aggressive. Yeah.
I usually do like J-Sep's raps a lot. I actually really like all three rappers in the group. Like their verses are usually above average for me. This song not so much, but
Okay. Yeah, because I was like, who's the vocalist? The female vocalist?
Soman.
Soman's good.
Soman. I love her voice.
Yeah,
That's
she's got a
beautiful.
beautiful voice.
10
Yeah,
out of
she's
10.
got a great voice, and Jiwoo also has a great singing voice too. But she
I would agree. Yeah.
does work as a rapper as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. This music video definitely threw me off. I think that's like, now when I listen to this song, I'm just gonna think about this music video. So, I don't know.
That's true.
All right, why don't we get into the next one?
Alex is like,
Yeah.
let's
Talk
get
about
out.
this
Let's get
forever.
out of this. Yeah. This next song is "Ride on the Wind." Is this from the same album, the second mini album, or no, Alex? Or you don't know?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I was just curious.
I don't know for sure, but I don't think so.
Okay, well, let's get into the next one.
You love a subtle ad integration.
Hell yeah. Just like the Dr. Pepper ad in the music video.
나쁜 놈을 얼마나 만났길래 에이, 널 좋아하는 마음을 못 믿는 건데
Oh, they're back alive. Awesome. Sick.
다가가기만 해. 어떻게 하면
I don't know that
너의 내 문을 내게 열어줄 건데
남자서 좀 없어갔나 싶어 너무
Oh, I like this.
보인 걸지도
모르겠다는 생각이 자꾸만 들어 절대로 호기심에 널 찔러본 게 아니야 Oh girl
솔직히 말해줘 넌 내가 별로야
아쉬워 남자친구론 아니면 부담스러워
한마디만 해줘 난 싫지 않다고
기다려줄게 그거면 됐어 충분해
Yeah, they get the eye candy in there. Respect.
They always do with him.
노래가 저절로 나와 바람 같은 위로 숨길 수 없어
Right on the wind Right on the wind
Their choreo is so fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna start throwing this into my dances.
Right on the wind Yeah, Pull up if you don't play no games 설레는
Okay.
맘 숨기긴 어려워 내게 행복이란 의미에 너도 포함되어내
아예 모든 게 더 달콤해 여름밤에 시원하게 날 반겨줘 like summer way lover and friend I'll be fun for you to go
솔직히 말해줘 넌 내가 별로야
아쉬워 남자친구론 아니면 부담스러워
한마디만 해줘 난 싫지 않다고
기다려줄게 그거면 됐어 충분해
설레는 마음은 저 높이
곧 노래가 저절로 나와 바람 같은 구름 위로 숨길 수 없어
Right on the wind Right on the wind Right on the wind
넌 아름다워 숨길 수 없어
Right on the wind Right on the wind Right on the wind
넌 아름다워 숨길 수 없어
Right on the wind
This is a great one. I enjoyed that one.
Interesting.
That was a
Yeah,
good
it's a
one.
fun one.
Was
That one-
was that filmed in Hawaii?
It looks like it.
Looks like it. I'm not
It
sure.
definitely looked like it, but I was like, I couldn't tell if they were going for more West Coast vibes.
It's, Cloud's like, this sounds like an ad for a vacation place. I'm saying Hawaii.
I mean,
Okay, so not wrong.
Accurate, yeah.
yeah.
No, the song was
I-
great. I enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
I like this one. It definitely like they stuck with that sort of like Moombahton kind of reggae-ish vibe. With a little
Yeah.
more like EDM, little more like EDM house elements, especially in the chorus when that like heavier synth comes in. Like that's just like Ultra Music Festival super saw synth that you would hear in like 2015 EDM sets.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right, cool.
I was gonna say they choose the best instrumentation for whatever's making their like counter melody.
Oh
Because
yeah.
in their like pre-debut tracks, it was like I think it was like a popping sound or something. It's always very like poppy or like a light beat, and I love it.
Yeah, I think this was a great highlight of all of their members, where I felt like maybe on some other songs where they would, I guess, feel a little bit more like segregated to like each individual part. I kind of like the fact that they were all very like fluid and adding their own like parts into the song, where it feels a little bit more collaborative versus maybe some of the other songs where I felt like, oh, you knew this was going to happen in this part, you knew this was going to happen in this part, you knew it was going to happen next. This one felt a little bit less like, I don't want to say structured, but it definitely felt a little bit less like they planned it out and it was just like, okay, what is the vibe of the moment, and let's throw that person in that's gonna like fit well within the song. So I really enjoyed that. I think this is probably my favorite so far, in terms of songs we listened to. But yeah, also I again got to agree with Cloud that it definitely, they're like, yeah, so visit Hawaii if you like this music video. You can check a link in the description. Use KARD 10 to save on your next vacation destination. They might as well
Yeah,
put
I
like
can't-
beaches at the end.
Seems like it had some sort of ad or integration or something with K-Town for you. Maybe it was a Jeju.
Jeju Island. Yeah, that's true. That's
Maybe.
possible.
I don't know. I'm just throwing out. I'm just speculating stuff.
I really like that they incorporated the male vocals with the female vocals,
Yeah.
giving that high and low. I really like that because they have a unique composition that they can work with, but it seems like it was underutilized at first. Also, I can't believe this is the first time that BM took his shirt off. I really thought that this would have been a debut thing.
Yeah,
I thought like he was
this video, and he was like, you know what, I can get used to this.
yeah, right, because this is the BM that we
This
know.
is a start. Okay.
This is
Sure,
not new.
He's like,
I
at
thought
this
he was
point,
just sort of like, he never went his life with a shirt on. That's how I thought it was.
he's like,
gonna say,
he's like, the
seeing
shirt's
BM
optional. Yeah.
Yeah, seeing BM with a shirt on is rare these days.
Yeah.
Damn, okay. He said, shirt optional. All right, let's rock. Let's
We'll
do
say
it.
the rap verses in this were definitely way better than the last song.
For
Like
sure.
they were just like, they didn't seem like they were forced or like too aggressive. They kind of like did a little like rap singing, especially I thought Jiwoo's verse was really cool.
I would agree.
It was like, it was really light. She had like, a nice like singing tone along to it. Flowed really well with the song.
Cloud. Cloud said the next is Bomb. Yeah, he's more shirtless than ever in any other music.
You can see it right here.
Oh yeah. It's like,
But yeah,
it's like that scene
the
in the
opening
fucking
shot.
it's like that scene in
Alex-
the fucking like I think it was Thor Dark World where everybody's just like, all right, Chris Hemsworth
Oh,
with
right.
that shirt on, let's rock, let's do it. So,
Alex, did you ever educate him on the Big Titty Committee?
Yeah, I told
Wait,
you about
what?
Big Titty Gang last night. I did. I told you about Big Titty Gang last night.
I didn't know it was
Okay,
named
time to
that
connect the
though.
dots.
I did. I told you he has a charity thing called Big Titty Gang with other ripped, well endowed male.
But I
idol.
didn't know. I thought that. Never mind. I'm gonna just.
That'll be the next react is the solo
That's-
male idols, but specifically Big Titty Committee.
Yeah. I specifically told you that's what it was.
I thought it was Cap, honestly. Not that I wouldn't believe you,
No, it was
but
real.
I wouldn't make that up.
I
It's real.
just
It's for charity. It's
Yeah.
a very good cause.
okay. Yeah, it's a guy's. Guys of like, oh yeah, well it's for charity, so it's completely fine. Anyway, we're gonna get into Bomb Bomb, which is the next one, and as you can tell
Therese,
by
have you heard this song?
I have, I think.
Okay.
she doesn't listen to it for the music, so neither am I.
Me either.
Yeah, I'm on
Yeah.
Spotify looking at BM shirtless.
Just volume all the way down. Just watching the pre-roll.
Yeah, I remember this one.
One to one, 네가 원하는 건 I'll be there. Love, we gon' love. 내가 원하는 건 너밖에.
Take it fast, no take it slow. 몸이 이끄는 대로.
Power, drink, boer,
Drink.
bomb. 우리만의 party like this.
속이지 마. 그냥 취해 지금 분위기에.
You make me 맨정신 못 차리게. 어지러워질러 내 맘을
널
왜.
모르지만 이 순간만은 나와 함께.
밤하늘처럼 새까맣게. 매번 범.
타올라라.
오늘 밤 내일 밤 매번 범. 원래 너네 원래 너네 원래 너네 매번 범. 원래 너네 원래 너네 원래 너네 매번 범. I see you while you know me. 원한다면 come get a taste.
Okay.
신호를 보낸 눈빛에 써있네 you thirsty oh thirsty for this. 너의 움직임에 더 홀려가길 she want it. Dripping like faucet. 적셔가 열정에 땀에 이 고기 맞춰도 노빠르시 땀에.
속이지 마. 그냥 취해 지금 분위기에.
You make me 맨정신 못 차리게 어지러워질러 내 맘을
널
왜.
모르지만 이 순간만은 나와 함께.
나와 함께 새하얗게 매번 범.
타올라라.
오늘 밤 내일 밤 매번 범. 원래 너네 원래 너네 원래 너네 매번 범. 원래 너네 원래 너네 원래 너네 매번 범.
이 밤이 영원하지 않을 걸 우린 이미 알지만 아침이 올 때까지
짧은 이 시간이 아깝지 않게. 오늘 밤 내일 밤 매번 범. 원래 너네 원래
That was cool. I like that dropout.
원래 너네 원래 너네 원래 너네 매번 범.
Woo! Yes.
That was good. I like that one a lot, actually.
Hell yeah.
That's a 10 out of 10 song.
Soman is so attractive, it's crazy.
Agreed.
I also agree.
I mean, they all are.
I was gonna say. I feel like they took.
Someone
I've-
especially.
but like Soman is a crazy visual.
I just
Yeah.
think it's crazy that they gave us like this real like a wholesome friends trip music video,
Oh.
the music video before,
Well,
and now
yeah, I
they're
wanted
like, then they're like, wow, we're gonna be like, this was the night after we like.
Well, I
yeah,
wanted to
hit
wait
up-
until the video was over to tell you that cute card is over.
Okay, well, that was pretty. That was pretty apparent when the first slide was literally.
Those were
dude
commercials
showing-
anyway.
Yeah. Those are just This is the main course here. No, I was as soon as I saw the first slide, I was like, yeah, I don't feel like they're gonna be as like cutesy anymore. There's something about it. Also, the fact that they like basically were just wearing like shirts that were like practically see through, and then like playing in water, and they're like, "Oh, hey, what's going on? We're like not cute anymore, and you can like us like that, you know." So I don't know. It was good. I think the music video is like matches with the like energy of the track. I like that they kind of like switched to doing like more of that like EDM / like obviously like a lot of like Latin influence in this track, which I really enjoyed as well. But I also think composition wise, it balances out super well between like all of their members, where I, again, very similarly to the comments I made before about the previous track, I think there was a really good composition of everybody getting their own time within the song, and it doesn't feel like everybody's kind of like everyone's trying to be like a very collaborative effort with the music. So I definitely enjoyed that, and the choreo in this track was actually really sick as well too, so big salutes.
I have to give a shout out to one of my favorite lines of all time from anyone's rap verse. It is BM saying, "Drippin' like faucet." Just like, it's just, I got to give him a little bit of a hard time as a dude from LA.
Drippin' like faucet.
Drippin' like faucet. It's all right. He did great in this song. His torso area was the star of the video.
He does have a cut torso, I'll say that. Therese, what did you think about this song?
10 out of 10. Yeah,
right.
I love it. I still listen to it all the time. I have no complaints at all.
I don't think anybody would really have a lot of complaints about this song,
No.
to be honest.
Yeah, I was
That's
going to say,
great.
this is the first song for me also that was just like, okay, if this is going to be future KARD, when I heard this, I'm like, this is a banger.
Yeah, it's great. The visuals are amazing. The song is amazing. Like, this is like, sometimes I just put K-pop music videos on in the background while I'm doing shit, and this would be one where I would like actually
Stop.
sit down. I'd be like, wow.
This would be Therese. Therese would be standing up and like doing something, and she'll like look over and be like, "Oh my god."
Pretty much, like, yeah. Or I'd just start dancing, like one or the other. You
That's
know?
fair.
I don't think you can stop from dancing.
This is a very danceable song. I will say that. Yeah, it's got like that real like kind of Latin flavor. So I like that. Cloud says BM here looking like Boss from King of Fighters. Love the reference. It's a power move right there. And then also confirm that Somin is very pretty in real life.
I believe
No
it.
surprises.
The presence of a goddess. So
Yeah.
shout outs to Somin. But
Let's ride into the next one.
is this am I reading this correct? Is it called
Yeah,
Dumb
go ahead
Litty?
and say it out loud. Yep.
Dumb Litty. All right, there you go.
Underscore. Yeah.
Underscore. I forgot that. That's
I don't
important.
know.
Important to mention. All right, well, let's move on to the next one.
We go down.
All right. Okay.
Get up out of my business. You don't keep me from turning up. 모두 다 여긴 witness. 넌 바른 척하는 criminal. 찔리는 거 you feel it. 넌 네가 뭔데? 왜 솔직하지 못해? 난 나를 꼴대지 못해.
That boy 그래 난 bad boy 생각해 네가 고픈 대로 That boy 그래 난 that boy 모르면 믿고 싶은 대로 Nothing about me 나를 You know nothing about me 나를 왜 욕을 하니 이유는 다 있는 거야 나 아니 너 안 해 Cause we
Party and we party, we don't worry about the drama, no. Party everybody, 우린 아침까지 whining up. 신경 쓸 건 따로 아무나 오늘 다 집어쳐. 눈치 보지 말고 볼륨 up, up, up.
We go top 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 top
Okay.
아무래도 니네 top 니네 니네 bang the drum 갈 때까지 baby stop it
Dump, 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 dump. 누가 말해도 Litty dump, Litty dump, Litty bang the drum. 갈 때까지 baby we go.
They like cranked this up to 100 already. This is wild.
몰입하니 눈물리는 입술 시시콜콜 불안을 완충해 내키면 곧장 덤리리 이 노래가 아는 감각에 Drippin' 여기 주도권을 grip대거리 게임 허물어 let's go party 돌변 남은 때때 따라 아무리 못해 아무렇지게 더불어 즐겨 사는 거지 my way follow the body
Party and we party, we don't worry about the drama, no. Party everybody,
Is that like sitar?
아침까지
What the hell?
신경 쓸 건 따로 아몰라 오늘 다 집어쳐. 터지게 더 올려
right, that's like 100 out of 10.
That's some pretty cool
Oh,
stuff.
Yeah, the song is like, for me, styling 10 out of 10.
agreed.
The rap verses 10
Hard.
out of 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on board with Jasif now. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, when he gets a verse right, he delivers like such a good, convincing rap verse. And I also like, on like a note about them too, like both being mainly rappers, is that like their tones and their delivery are very different,
Agreed.
which is like super important for the group. But
I
this
really
song's
liked
fun.
how was it you that started the song?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved that. She came in and like killed it immediately.
Brought the energy.
I thought the song was really good. It was, well, I thought the song was good. I have like opinions, of course. I thought the song was really good. Kept getting confused during the pre-chorus where they brought in that, what you called out, like either it was a sitar or some like other instruments.
It's
They
definitely,
had too many instruments. Just two. I'm a maximalist.
Too many.
Yeah. I'm a maximalist K-pop lover. I love like the noise music.
I do.
I'm not a huge fan of shouty or chanty stuff, but like I love when you can hear something new every time you listen. And that was a little too much. That pre-chorus.
That's
I
fair.
liked the chorus and I liked the verses. I thought they changed the beat pretty often and I didn't quite understand why, but it wasn't bad. It was just a lot.
I couldn't agree with that.
Yeah.
Something I did like about the production, though, which I'm assuming it's intentional. I have to assume it's intentional, is they put a lot of emphasis on the distortion of a lot of like the kicks, like the impacts.
Yeah.
Like when the chorus drops for the first time, it's very, it almost like it doesn't, it sounds like it peaks. Obviously in like a controlled way, but it sounds like the kick is too loud for the mix and it like peaks. And it also happens when there's like rap verses that come in and stuff.
Yeah.
It like happens multiple times in the song where it's like, it's almost an emphasis for you to think the song's louder than it really is.
I would agree.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's somewhat commonly used in production, especially with like trap and harder hitting EDM like this. Whereas like you would add something like glass breaking or add like like something on a drop, and distortion being a good example of like a tool that you could use to sound like it's so loud on the drop that like your speaker's cracked. It's like an emphasis kind of, you know? But I think for a song like this where it's obviously, I mean, it's just a trap song, right?
Pretty
for the
much.
most part.
Yeah.
I mean, like the chorus at least is just basically like a EDM trap song. I think that works really well. So that's just something I noticed, so I appreciate.
I just like how they like basically unlocked that they can be bad, you know? Like that's how like I just they just flip the switch overnight. They're just like, "Oh yeah, so we can be a bad group now. All right, let's do it." You know?
That red outfit.
Yeah.
That red outfit they gave you was
Oh yeah.
something.
That was gorgeous.
Yes. I would agree. No, this was a great track. I think this was I guess I wouldn't say necessarily what I was expecting, but I do feel like they have finally kind of found that point in their like career where they're just like, listen, we can be sexy. It's okay for us to be sexy. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of like them fully committing to the, I don't want to say bit because that's a terrible way to put it, but I think they fully committed to knowing like, yeah, we're gonna do this now. Like if we're gonna add like this crazy like way that like, again, just having BM be shirtless in the previous music video and like have them all be like really like hot and stuff, they're like, let's just rock with it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna go full in on it. And so I think the musicality also speaks to that kind of like more higher energy, more like, especially with like the way the music video is shot too, in terms of like the cuts and like the way that they zoom into people. It's like they knew what they were doing. So I give them a lot of kudos for essentially shifting gears in a way. But yeah, I enjoyed this one a lot. I would probably agree with Therese that pre-chorus is just a smidge too much. I think.
I thought you said 100 out of 10.
But I do.
Cool.
It's okay. Well, I just have that one thing. That's it.
That's what's keeping it from 101 out of 10.
Yeah, 101 out of 10. Yeah, that's the peak right there.
Fair.
No, but
Okay.
I think the energy's there, and that's what I like. So I'm curious if whether or not they'll continue on with that. I do
Look.
think it's very funny they named the song "Dumb Litty" and then they decided to
Yeah,
name
you're
drop that in the
supposed
chorus.
You're thinking about it too much. You're supposed to switch your brain off and just
Okay,
chant
I'm
dumb,
sorry.
dumb, dumb, dumb in the
Dumb,
chorus
dumb,
like they do.
dumb Litty. You know, I gotta start doing that. Maybe that's
That's
it.
gonna be your new. That's gonna be your new catchphrase. I'm gonna walk around hearing Brandon say, "It's dumb Litty" every day.
If you do, please slap me.
No, thank you.
Please slap me, Alex. I give you full permission to give me a good slap in the face.
All right.
So
All
I'm
right.
not gonna say that.
So the next couple songs we got. So the next two we're gonna be listening to are unit tracks.
Oh. Okay.
There is a Somin Jiwoo unit and there's a BM Joseph unit. They are both off of the Red Moon album, which will be the video we get into after them, which is my personal favorite KARD album. So yeah, just a little heads up. So we
All
can go ahead and I think go into Enemy should be the first one.
Underscore. You can't forget that. That's important. All right. Well.
Is the
So
underscore part of something, or is it just
Yeah.
there?
That's right. Yeah.
I think it's just there.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, anyway, enemy underscore. I don't know if it's important to mention that, but we're gonna do it anyway.
You
Don't
make
think
it
so.
so hard on me 사랑했던 내게 넌 enemy 기억이 나 불행으로 난더 알수록 you became so cold Don't wanna be ya 이해 안 돼.
Oh.
너의 그 방식 라리라리라 라리라리라 위선적인 표정까지 You are like canva 점점 지옥 속으로 차가워진 행동으로 휘둘러 멋대로 매번 이대로 사라져 버려도 better better Hold me close let me go now 이게 사랑이라면 I don't want it cause You make it so hard on me 사랑했던 내게 넌 enemy 기억이 나 불행으로 넌더 알수록 you became so cold Don't wanna be your enemy
Oh, okay.
I love this pre-chorus.
Go EM bum. Ooh.
새겨치 못한 깨지락 침묵을 깨다가 저기 바락 되바라지 갔다 위스겠겠지 화려가 고친 날 알면서 왜 이렇게 질질 끌었는지 한심해 보여 내가 You make it so hard on me 사랑했던 내게 넌 enemy 기억이 나 불행으로 난더 알수록 you became so cold Don't wanna be your enemy oh no no enemy oh no no 서로 적이 되는 건 생각조차 못했지만 넌 enemy
That was great.
Cool.
I love that they went for a harder concept for their unit for a unit for the two girls that can sing really well. I love that they went for a hard concept.
Crushed it.
Yeah. They're super cool.
very talented, and I think this will be cool to like break them off and like listen to them separately in that way, because I think we haven't heard that yet. So yeah, this was great. I really love Somin. Again, I love her like clean tonality, really sick. Yeah, this song was really good. I don't know. I don't really have much else to say about it. I think it's just well written. The choreo is awesome. And I would say that I would agree with you. The beat on this is like 10 out of 10. Great.
For me, the my favorite part of the song is the pre-chorus, like the build up,
That,
like
like,
the
build-
melody.
yeah.
Well, the build up is great, but like the melody and like how it's like syncopated, like the vocals are syncopated.
Oh yeah.
I don't
oh,
know. Something about it is like really addicting. Like this song gets in my head more than like a lot of other KARD songs because of that pre-chorus. Also, I think I'm just getting obsessed with Jiwoo rapping. Like, I think she's
great.
progressively, like every song we get to, I think she just gets better at like rap delivery.
No, since you started showing us these, she's my favorite rapper of KARD. So
Yeah.
I really like
I
it,
might agree
and I
with
really
that.
like. Yeah, I really like that. So my personal bias, if your personal bias is always rappers, mine is always stage presence. And Jiu checks all those boxes. Like, she's got it down. She's got the attitude, but she's got like a little bit of gentleness.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
love it. It's so like gripping.
Yeah.
Did you see her on Good Girl, Therese?
No?
Do you remember that show? It was like a female rapper show, kind of like Yeon was in it. Jamie, the soloist, was in it, and like they had
No.
stages where they like did some collab stages, and it was basically like Jiwoo was on it, and she got to show like all of her different sides, and she actually got pretty popular from that, where she like showed off like how talented of a singer she is, and like was able to show off like her dancing and rapping as well. Super interesting if you like Jiwoo to look up some of the stages.
Yeah,
later
I
when we're done.
definitely
It's
want to
cool.
see those stages. I usually don't watch the shows, like any of the competition shows, or even just like hanging out shows. So
Yeah, I didn't really watch it either, but I watched the stages because I'm a big Yeon fan. So
that's cool.
Ah.
I was gonna ask, have they done solo activities? Jiwoo and
the KARD
Somin?
members. I don't think they have. BM has a solo mini album, I believe.
Oh, that's right.
Hmm.
Okay.
Um,
Dang.
but the others, I don't think so. I could be wrong. I don't. If they do have solos other than BM, I'm not familiar.
There we go. Cloud's got some comments. He said that Witch from Good Girl, best song, and
Agreed.
also she brought a lot of new fans to KARD after that show. That would make sense. She's also very talented. Shout outs to KARD. Very sick.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Cool. Let's get into the complimentary track to this.
Inferno.
Well, I see a shirt in this.
Yeah. Canceled.
Boo!
Boo.
No, I'm just kidding.
No shirt. Anyway, let's get into Inferno.
Yeah, Jay-Z. 긁고 싶은 대로 막 뒤로 색안경에 밧줄로 22시기 치기 매일같이 fairplay 내 성공은 시기 배뿐만 가뿐 염두에 둘 겨를 없이 내떨던 감정 막시계를 없인 여기 대본 겁진 않은 것도 중 구중한 파락증 가죽해서 친구 놈들의 기대치 마치 실망이란 덫이 두렵약사한 사라져도
Man, I go fast like nitro. Think I just might take flight though. Go get and put a bar on the white low. 이런 track we're not psycho.
Man, I go fast like nitro. Think I just might take flight though. Hope you put a ball on the white low. In a trap and I'm psycho.
너의 설거지 Yeah, we run it like it's stars. When we pull up, oh my God. Down like this big old fire. Raging, we raging inferno. Raging inferno. We raging eternal. Yeah. 내 인생 늘 쏘여 너에겐 구겨져 가며 우리 기대치 높여 수준도 올려 We ain't your average idol
Then I go fast like nitro Think it's just my check flight though More beautiful the bar the wild though In a trap and I'm psycho
Man I go fast like nitro Think I just might take flight though Don't be to put a bar on the white low In a track we're not psycho 너의 삶까지 다 Drive it, run it like it's ours Ready, pull up, 넘어가 태웠다 Like this place so far Raging and inferno
This is cool. I like this. I like that ending. Didn't have to do
Yeah,
it.
that was cool. I was gonna say like good song, decent rap. The girls seemed cooler. Like
I gotta
they were just
agree with
dancing
Therese.
around. Yeah, they were just dancing around in like the Fast and Furious warehouse, and these guys were like out on the streets, like trying to be all hard, and it wasn't coming across
Yeah.
hard.
My opinion is that they tried to look a lot harder than the music delivered.
Yeah,
Correct.
I
agree.
do. I really appreciate the commitment that I think Jasif was like yelling into the recording studio, probably to the point that I really wish I could see the recording studio clips because they would probably be more hype.
I would also agree with that. I feel like it's his best attempt to like try to scream. You know, like
It was impressive.
It was very aggressive. I mean, I think like the beat was good. I think this like the rap parts were pretty solid. I just don't like. There was something about it that just didn't click. Like I was like trying to get into it and like feel it out, and I was just like, man, I don't know. But that ending, I will say, definitely like I think that definitely turned it around a little bit. Certainly because
It was cool.
It was cool.
I think it was the setting. Like the setting was throwing me off. And as soon as they switched over to a concert, it was like, oh yeah, I get the
That's
hype
the energy.
now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like, I don't know if they should have been on a stage or something. Obviously, they didn't have any planned choreo, so I understand why they didn't want to stick to just one location. But
yeah, I don't know. This one isn't it for me.
Yeah.
I didn't think that. I don't think the rap. I don't think for just a rap song that's like supposed to be, I don't know, like have like a sort of a mixtape feel to it or like a cipher feel.
Yeah, cipher
the way they
feel,
did it. I don't think the rap was where it should have been, like on the level for them to not have choreo and like not have much else going on. At least like the rap should have been really good, and I personally don't think it was, because you have to look at like in the previous song,
Enemy. Yeah.
Jiwoo's rap was really good, and they also had choreo and singing in there.
Yeah.
It's like
I think this was probably written by them, right?
I have to assume so. I don't know.
Yeah,
the
I think
credits,
it comes across because I love that idols participate in the music they make. I think it adds a lot more relatability to it. But there is a polish with the fully like written, produced for this group content, and the last song had that polish. A lot more. Enemy had that polish, and this one is much more raw, and that's endearing in its own way. I did like there was a portion where Jasif like gets kind of mid-tone for his rap, and I liked that bit.
That was
it was pretty cool.
Part.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, I don't know. I think I think like I can see where we're trying to go conceptually, but I just feel like they didn't really hit the mark, and I think Therese nailed it with being like, I think this song requires a little bit more polish that I feel like, and I think that's the problem is like I listened to Enemy first, and I like had my bar set pretty high, And I was like, man, this is fucking sick. I love this. And then we get to Inferno. I'm like, this is like all right, you know, like, and
Yeah.
it's not nothing against them. I think that they definitely, you know, BM and Joseph, like, I think they both have interesting qualities within KARD music, but them being on their own, I'm like, how is this gonna kind of shape out? And I just think that it didn't quite hit me as much as I thought it would have in hindsight.
To be fair, it is like we were on a ramp up of videos, like
True.
from pre-debut to like
Yeah.
Enemy. Perfect set of songs
Right. I mean,
to
it's
like ramp
important-
you up.
There's got to be a road bump in one of those songs.
Well,
yeah.
it's important to remember that these aren't title tracks. These are just B-sides.
Yeah.
B-sides. Yeah.
B-side unit songs. So, yeah, we don't need to be too.
It was hard to follow up, but
It's hard to follow. Yeah, I was gonna say it's hard to follow up, but I don't want to be too hypercritical. I don't
Yeah.
think it as me dogging on it as much as I just did. I don't think it's actually a bad song. I think it just, if it could be retooled a little bit, I think there's definitely something there that I think the thing I enjoyed the most was just the energy. But anytime I see like one of those more like raw like shot music videos, I just imagine like someone like getting into like the car park where they like filmed it, and then someone's trying to get into their car and they're like looking down the street and some dudes are just like doing their shit.
It's like when you see when you see someone filming a TikTok in public.
Yeah, exactly. And then you like look over, you have to take like a double look, and then they're like, and then like you hear like some set guy, and then the hall is like, you gotta get out of our shot, dude. Come on, man. We're shooting a music video here. All right, get in your
All right,
car and
well,
leave.
Let's transition into a song that I have no critiques of.
Okay, well, good. We'll get into Red Moon.
Red Moon will be the title track for the album that these two songs were featured on.
Sick.
I think I did listen to this album.
All right, well, let's get into Red Moon then.
Señorita, are you ready? 원해 바로 지금 날 불러줄게. 너를 쫓아 어디든지 뛰어드는 것 좀 쉬워 얼마든지.
깊은 얼음 속 피어난 불빛하는 태양 같아. 홀리들 랄랄라 자꾸 끌려들어만 가. 얼어붙을 듯한 공기가
서서히 끓어
이상하게 뜨거워져가.
참을 수 없어
흐트러진 내 맘이 온통 물든 밤. 빈틈없는 red moonlight 내게 사로잡혀가.
향기가 몸을 익어봐 모든 감각을 흔들어 지금 이 순간 너만 가득 찬 내 세상 속에 와 있어 Switch it up Oh run baby run Oh run baby run
Oh na 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 na.
Oh run baby run Oh run baby run
Oh na 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 na.
Oh run baby run Oh run baby run
Okay.
Oh run baby run Oh run baby run
주높이 go fly 더 높이 나 fly 아찔해져만 가 아찔한 밤 방울 내지는 물 It never stops 영원한 timeline
움직여 like 1, 2 make it drop Let go Estado esperando all night Fuego 오늘 밤이 낮이 되고 또 밤이 될 때까지 야만해 papi
손짓도 그 눈빛도 자꾸만 눈앞에서 아른거리는 걸 Oh 아야야야야야야야 볼수록 갖고 싶어 가까이 다가간 순간
서서히 끌어
나의 눈 속에 번져가
참을 수 없어 yeah yeah
흐트러진 내 맘이 온통 너로 물든 밤 빈틈없는 red moonlight 내게 사로잡혀가
짙은 향기가 몸을 휘감아 모든 감각을 흔들어 지금 이 순간 너만 가득 찬 내 세상 속에 와 있어 Switch it up Oh run baby run Oh run baby run
Oh na 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 na.
Oh run baby run Oh run baby run
Oh na 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 na.
Oh run baby run Oh run baby run
Oh na 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 na.
Oh run baby run Oh run baby run
Oh na 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 na. Oh
doing?
Ooh, he's disappeared.
At least he didn't die.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thank goodness. We're good.
Actually, they've been dead this whole time.
Oh my god. the
Conspiracy
lore.
theories.
Yeah,
this
that's
is great.
fun.
This is a great track. I think this just further confirms how much I love Jiwoo. I think she's just extremely versatile, and like with each song, I think she gets a little bit more versatile. Like I like the fact that she handled the second chorus vocally. That was really sick. But also like crushed it rap wise as well too. But I also give a shout out to J-Sef as well. I thought he crushed it in this track. I like how he hit like the like mid, like I guess like low to mid range vocally in the chorus. I thought it was really sick. And then also again doing like rapping parts as well too. Like definitely super versatile, fun song. Again, kind of keeping that like Latin like EDM kind of feel to it. So great.
I thought that was interesting. I was going to say this song is a little bit less Latin than their others. And I think it like they made up for it with their vocal stylings or like their rapping cadence. And I like that a lot. I'm in the Geo Sim Club. I really like when she was rapping and she said something timeline and then like it switched into BM's rap. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Somin with those light contact lenses. I don't usually like the light contact lenses in K-pop, but she kills it. Like she's so intense. I love it.
Yeah, I specifically liked that verse where it was Somin and Jiwoo kind of doing like a call and answer verse together with Jiwoo rapping and Somin singing in like the same kind of verse. I think it worked really well. It flowed like better than it should have probably. I also really like, I think what makes me like the song a lot is they literally say switch it up and then the entire beat switches like completely.
Yes, that was cool.
To like a post chorus or like a second chorus, like however you want to describe it. I really appreciate that. I love like beat changes and abrupt changes in music as like a chaotic music fan. And then I liked that in the second chorus they kind of dropped the prolonging into the change and brought it in kind of quicker, like the switch up, the second beat drop. I just think it's fun. I think it like keeps you interested in the whole song a lot more. And to tie into what Therese was saying as far as like keeping the Latin vibes, they also incorporated more Spanish into their lyrics in this song than they usually do, which I mean they have for a handful of their songs, but it's definitely like more noticeable in this
I would
song.
agree. Yeah, this is a great one. I think thus far it's been a pretty good mix of, especially the MVs, the title songs. Like I think they've had a really good kind of like I think there's enough variation between the songs that we've listened to where I don't feel like they're like, oh, they're releasing like the same 5 like title tracks over their like spanning career. But I also think that they definitely have a lot more, I would argue, than other groups we talked about. I think there's a lot more like tie-in between each individual title song that I feel like other groups may not hit, because like I feel like it's pretty, I don't want to say common, but I think it's pretty interesting how some groups will like completely alter their sound like from one record to a next, that I've noticed. And I think with, at least from KARD, I feel like if they do make changes, I think their changes are a little bit more subtle than like your atypical like group that would just jump from like a real like bubbly poppy sort of song to like something that's just like, we got hard beats now, we're like doing like rave style music now, like completely hit the left turn. This I think KARD is pretty consistent in their styling, and I appreciate that.
Also, shout out to J-Sif with his Spock styling this music video.
I didn't want to say anything, but I did see that. in one of the frames, he has his hair like all the way straight down. Like,
Live long and prosper, my man. Like,
I was like, who thought
it's
that
a choice.
who thought that was a good idea?
It's a choice. You gotta take some stylistic like risks to stand out a bit.
I guess. I feel like
That'll haunt me in my dreams. No, I'm just kidding. I'll think about it for years to come.
Oh my god. Well, hopefully not. Anyway, we're gonna move on to we're moving on to the next one, which is Gunshot.
All right, let me preface this one a little bit. So this was the first title track that BM wrote and produced all by himself. He had spoken about it on his podcast before, saying that he's been like producing music and trying to like pitch songs for a long time, and he told this like really nice like wholesome story about getting Somin to come in and like track the demo vocals with him, and like she was really, it was like the first song that Somin, apparently, who was like a hard critic on his music, was like really proud of and told him to push for, and like he got it approved, and this was the song. This is also great. Yeah, it's a cool story. And then this song is also the last one they released before JSF goes to military service.
Okay. Well, that was really wholesome. Am I gonna cry at the end of this music video? I don't know, but
yep.
It's called Gunshot, so they're all gonna die. No.
Oh no! All right, well, let's get into it.
It's a prequel. This is how they all die.
No, stop, please. I don't need to know that.
I remember the styling of this music video.
Yeah, love, be the marker for letters, love, with the 포장에 난 매번 selfish. I will never be enough. 내 모든 걸 쏟아부어도.
끝없는 월 또 끝없이 more. 겨냥이 들리지 않게. 날카로운 말 like bullets they are. I will surrender my darling. I don't give a damn about you when you say yeah. I don't give a damn about you. It's pain.
As long as you love me, the good or the ugly, 무엇이든 다 괜찮아. It's like you control me. Without you, I'm lonely. 하지만 난 다르잖아. Your words are like a gun. Shot. I'm bleeding love. They hit me like a gun. Shot.
The gunshots.
Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm in pain. 그게 누군가 맞던 패. 그가 너 보색을 흡해. 이제 네 족쇄 스타일 패. 인용한 트랩, 발목 잡은 트랩. 날 거기서 꺼내었네. 주말들은 삭제, yeah. 너라는 꼬리표 떼었네, yeah.
I swear when I'm calling. Oh shit, I ain't slowing. 뱉어낸 네 말은 날 죽게 like bullets. 나는 그 trick 감싸고 pull it. As long as you love me, the good or the ugly, 무엇이든 다 괜찮아. It's like you control me. Without you, I'm lonely. 하지만 넌 아니잖아. Your words are like a gun. Shot. I'm bleeding love. They hit me like a gun. Shot. I'm bleeding love. Baby, this hole I'm letting where we are. Oh no, no love. Only there we are. No more.
One shot, two shot, three shot, four. 더 견뎌낼 수 없어 나를 위해서라도 너의 건.
Shot. I'm bleeding love. Your words are like a gun. Shot. I'm bleeding love. They hit me like a gun. Shot. I'm bleeding love.
Nope. All right. You might be right, Therese.
Suddenly we're in the Pixie villain.
I was at the villain arc. Oh my god. All over again.
Very cool.
All right, guys. That was Gunshot from KARD. If you've been joining us, thank you. This one was solid. I don't like. I feel like, again, very similarly to earlier KARD stuff, I feel like it's inoffensible. You know.
Yeah.
Wasn't too crazy. Also, is
I thought it was really memorable in the styling specifically.
yeah,
And
I agree.
it's a really good song to put all of the gunshot sounds in. Like it was done really well for all of the beats and like the click clicks, the gunshot, pew pew. I liked it. It's what I expect from a song called Gunshot.
I hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that they
I
review.
think obviously.
Oh, sorry, Alex.
No, I was just gonna say I think obviously like the messaging and the concept of the song is pretty obvious, right? Like the the pressures of being an idol and like comments and stuff like
okay.
hitting you like a gun, like your words are like a gunshot. It's basically what they're saying. I think that concept I won't say it's like heavy-handed. But it's like it's very direct.
Do you find
I
that
think it's like
it's a little taboo though? I don't know if any other groups really tackle something like that. So
Hate comments?
yeah, I don't want to say like hate comments, but I guess people who are like people who I guess it would be hate comments, like people who just aren't like. I'm just curious if like K-pop as like a generalization, like if they really. I feel like typically that's not how like groups, from my understanding, really handle that sort of stuff, where I feel like in metal or like heavier music that's pretty popular, you know. I'm not gonna say it's like every band on their son's doing it, but I'll say like I feel like it's more apparent or more like something that's, I guess, a little bit more approachable than I think K-pop groups would be, at least from my perspective. I don't know.
Well, there's some fairness to that because most of the time, or a lot of the times, not most of the time now, but a lot of times K-pop groups have songs written for them, and those people are not worried about hate comments. But once the idol actually gets involved in the process, you do see a lot of this topic come up because it's so like, since their entire life is pretty much communicating with their fans, it's got to be the number one stressor, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
that's sort of what I was getting at with like I don't think the concept is like bad or taboo or anything. I'm just saying like this is their first title track that they're like getting all the creative say in, or it seems like got all the creative say in, and it's like it's interesting that they went that hard and that like very obvious of a message. Like it's obviously a message about like getting, like we said, getting hate comments and like dealing with that kind of stuff. So I'm just saying that it's like interesting that it must be like a pretty overwhelming issue, or like it must be a pretty significant part of their lives or something they feel very passionately about, to have that be a hard commit for their first delve at their own song.
Yeah, and Cloud says this song came out a week after Dreamcatcher's Boca, and both songs had a similar meaning. So that's I was curious on like if this is again a topic that people delve into within the space of K-pop. Like
for sure.
I wouldn't have thought it as like, I didn't think that they wouldn't talk about it. Like I feel like most genres, I feel like in some cases like groups or like artists or bands do sometimes wind up talking about those things, but I almost thought like especially them like having other like producers and stuff like that in like a team that really kind of like really heavily focuses on them and their like, I guess, their popularity as a group and like stuff like that. I just thought maybe it might be a little bit more I guess like carefully watched in that way versus maybe like another group where it's just like you just have creative control. You could do whatever you want. You could write a song about like the craziest shit you can think of.
Well,
You know.
He did say that like Alex said that he got this approved, so I'm sure
So,
there were
yeah.
other songs that they were considering, but maybe they went with this one to sort of, I think at points they need to feed the fans a bit, where the fans want more content from the idols directly. So this is a good song, might as well. Yeah.
Sure. I did appreciate the fact that this one at least like rhythm wise is a little bit more like not as crazy. I feel like some of the songs that we've gotten to like maybe towards like the middle ish of KARD have been like the like just EDM like raver sort of songs, and I felt like this one was a little bit more subtle in the way that they approached the beat. You know, again, it probably has a lot to do with the way that BM put this song together, but I appreciated this one was kind of like a little bit of a 180 in that way, but still kind of again kept the KARD sort of flavor to it. So I thought this was a great one, even though it was a little bit more subtle. I like Steph's part. I thought his part was really sick in this track, as well as of course I gotta give a shout out to my lady. You know, I feel like Jiwoo just crushed it as well on this one. I think she had a pretty large role in this track, arguably, than some of the other members in the group. But yeah, this was another good one as well. So I really enjoyed this one. Does anybody else have any additional comment on this one?
No, I think we covered it.
We had Cloud commented that not sure, but maybe around that time was when 2 idols passed away that year. And I'm trying to look it up because I think that would make a lot of sense to make this a title track then, if it's like an industry issue. It's definitely not like uncommon, unfortunately, for idols to get so overwhelmed with the hate comments that I don't know if 2020, because this was a 2020 song, right?
This came out, yes, August 26th of 2020.
I can't think of anyone in particular around that time. But there, in the past, definitely before that, there's been issues. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, that would. I feel like that would also.
I don't think
line
this
up
song is directly related to those, but I think it also speaks for,
the industry.
you know, the tragedies,
just-
that have happened.
I'm also vaguely remembering. Someone can maybe correct me if anyone watching knows, but I think this song also had like a little bit of controversy or backlash around like the depiction of like the violence and stuff, and like the I don't know specifically what it was about, whether it was like the actual like shooting
Okay,
or
yeah.
just or the depicting like all the wounds and stuff. I'm not sure like what the actual issue was. I just specifically remember when this was coming out because I was into KARD very heavily then, and remember seeing some backlash online about it.
There's always like some like reactions to the gun heavy music videos, because from international fans specifically, because it's not as big of an issue in South Korea, but of course we see guns and it's pretty triggering. Haha, not really a pun, but yeah. It's I don't remember much of that. I can think of plenty of other music videos that also have guns in them and a lot of violent scenes, but there was some strange imagery in this music video that I didn't quite understand. Like there was like someone was cutting a lock of hair, just a random lock of hair. It wasn't their hair. It was just a lock of hair that they had.
It was so men cut it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was like paint over a skull, which I was like, I guess that could just be rebellion. I don't know. At some point I was a little bit confused.
The hair thing was probably like an obsession thing or like a stalking reference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you want a locket of your idol's hair, you know?
Ooh.
Well, no.
Maybe.
This is a dark one.
Is
Dang.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, it is dark.
It's like an onion. It's Got a lot of layers.
A lot of layers.
Cloud said, I just searched Gohara and Sully. That was in 2019.
Yeah, that could be.
That could line up. Yeah. Especially since these songs are probably written like arguably like a year before.
I don't want to say the song is a response or related to that because that almost seems like a little
disingenuous.
Like not tasteful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, this has been like end of 2020 and those deaths were in 2019.
Right.
Yeah.
It could be like inspired by situations like that for sure, or like try to bring awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would be very hesitant to say it like it was a specific direct.
Yeah.
Definitely not. No.
Thing, because that would be a little crazy, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. And then Cloud also said before we move on to the next one, he said, yes, I remember some MVs where the knife and guns were blurred out of the video. So that makes sense. Especially on here, on any streaming platform. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next one.
Let's get back to the
Ring
next.
the alarm.
JSEF's return.
Let's go. And this was, I guess I'll take a look at the date later, but ring the alarm. Let's get into it.
일단 즐겨 let go 기분 좋으면 say oh 1, 2, 3, 4 따라와 어서
Put you in the mood, bottle with the juice. Dirty butter Bobby, shake it with a groove. Got the revenue, blow it all on me and you. Yeah, got the sauce, put it on you, wanna eat it like an entree.
Goodbye 19 벗어버려 마스크 따윈 못 가려 이제부터가 for real
Pull it up, take it up.
Say 빨간 불빛이 켜지고 심장이 빠르게 뛰어 Ring the alarm 이리 올라타 다 어색하
What you want, what you need, I'll deliver.
Feel like that move it, you'll be mesmerized Ring the alarm 이 분위기 올라타
Don't put up that fire, keep it little.
Crowd up 모두 다 여기만 봐도 못해
부러대 색다른 애 보상 편한 거친 그림체 무의식 빠져드는 식 풀어가는 시간 go through the night shit 가혹적인 your body on my 미아쳐 눈에 미고 스타타타타 투박하고 세련된
Like
너
the panic.
밤문
That's cool.
Yeah, I know.
따라서 vamos
Good girl 배하기 나름 어떤 장단에 맞추든 이제부터가 for real
Pull it up, take it up.
Say 빨간 불빛이 켜지고 심장이 빠르게 뛰어 Ring the alarm 이리 올라타 다 어색하
What you want, what you need, I'll deliver.
Feel that move you'll be mesmerized Ring the alarm 이 분위기 올라타
Don't put up that fire, keep it little.
Crowd 모두 다 여기만 봐도 못해 Once the sound is getting loud Every time we come around We're the ones they talk about Turn it up and I'm turning down Move your body, move your body Move your body,
Don't think about it.
move your body Move your body, move your body You know you got it Ring the alarm
What the hell?
Ring the alarm 이리 몰려타 불어넣어
What you want, what you need, I'll deliver.
Moving all your little way, you got you in no time. Ring the alarm, take you on the ride of your life.
Don't put up that fire, keep it little.
맘이 가는 대로 멈추지 마, don't hold back. Ring the alarm.
We got half a shirt this time.
Yeah, crop top would be
Crop top.
We're trying to cover him up a bit.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah.
I love this song.
That's a good one, yeah.
This is so catchy.
It's a nice return to form.
The little like dance move, like bring me out, like eating all the time. Da, da, da. I love it.
Yes.
I feel so stupid. Is the KARD concept? I'm just now thinking this through in my head. Are they each like the KARD suits? Is that the?
Yes.
I just never even considered this, and then I was like, wait, there's a lot of cards in their music video. That makes sense because they're called KARD. Wait.
Oh my god, I love this.
I don't remember entirely who is which
what,
one.
yeah.
I think the
They
BM
had the.
is the king.
I think
and
they
I think-
Oh.
Didn't they show
The-
like a
Oh,
little bit?
I was going like because they had the Soman's the hearts.
Yeah, they had
and-
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Jiwoo's the
Jiwoo
diamonds.
is the Joker.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't know if they have any representation for suits. I know
I thought
that
it was
they
suits.
have. I know that they have like the King, Queen, Ace, and Joker. I think.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Oh
Oh.
no, I think
Yeah,
it's.
so
I think they're
Ace-
by. I think they're by suit. I'm pretty sure because like
Well,
'Cause-
maybe both. But I
They can
know
be
they're
both,
also-
yeah.
Yeah.
maybe both. But I know for sure that
Okay.
They
It all
also
makes
are-
sense now. Because I forgot to ask what KARD stood for, unless it was something that was just cards, but fun.
oh my god, that's awesome. We unlocked something
Oh,
for Therese.
someone's
Live.
Let me
Also-
check.
Joker?
That's why I said. That's why I thought they were like.
Yeah, I thought it was
I'm
suits.
checking right now.
We're
Okay.
looking it up. We're getting live answers on this, but I guess I'll talk about
Alright.
the song.
All right,
Oh wait, unless Alex.
I got
found
it, I got it, I
Okay,
got
okay, okay, go.
J-Seth is the ace and spades.
Okay.
BM is king and clubs.
That makes sense. That checks.
Soman is
Diamond.
black joker and hearts.
Oh, Soman. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Sorry.
And Jiwoo is colored joker and diamonds.
No queen here.
No
BM's
queens.
gotta stay unmarried
Hey,
for
damn.
the simps.
and the ladies are jokers.
They got all the jokes.
Okay. Sure.
That's a terrible one.
Just say their suits. It's fine.
Yeah, I feel like the suits make more sense than the actual
Yeah.
like giving them card names.
Yeah, this suits is better.
Better analogy.
And the fandom name is Hidden Card.
Okay, I knew that much. Yeah. Which
What-
isn't like a suit or a
Yeah, I was gonna say like
face,
what?
So...
No, I feel like a better name for the fandom would have been like Aces or something, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, Ace is a K-pop group of their own, so can't have that.
And the Aces is a band, so
Oh yeah, it's all taken.
It's all
of them.
Damn.
The fandom would have to be
Boo.
two of clubs.
two a
Two of.
Look, the group names are already getting obscure and crazy enough. Nothing's original. We can't be crazy about the fandom names. They have to
I'm
overlap.
surprised that no one has had the Bunnies fandom or done New Jeans as a group name before. Like that's so classic to me.
Yeah. Also, I feel like they really missed an opportunity to name their fandom Trap Card.
Trap card.
Sorry, that was for all you nerds out there. That's a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. Okay, there you go.
Okay. Didn't play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I'm
but,
really surprised that Card
maybe-
didn't have a Yu-Gi-Oh reference, Brandon.
No, if you had an
I didn't
Uno
say that.
reference, if it was like reverse,
Reverse Uno.
draw four.
A wild card. Wild card.
Yeah,
That would have been
Wild
great.
Card.
That
Wild
Oh,
Card
wait
would've
a
been good.
second.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, Wild Card's not bad.
Wild card, really, they missed out. I think they could have done that.
Yeah,
That would have
yeah.
been sick. Anyway, card, get at us. feel free to let us know. You should do
Yeah,
I
that.
feel
we'll
like
help you
whatever-
rebrand.
Yeah, rebrand.
Whatever the obvious fandom name is, they got to go someplace completely different.
Cloud said he said he gets it. Don't worry. Thank you. I appreciate you, Cloud. Shout outs. Anyway, the song itself was good. I really enjoyed it. I also will say I like that this one feels like, weirdly enough, it feels very nostalgic KARD in an ironic way.
Yep.
Like it's like I can hear like pre-debut like vibes of this song, but like I feel like since they've been a group for such a long time, like this feels so much more tailored to what they're doing now. I think this is like, if I could mash all 3 of the pre-debut tracks into a blender and then put like better production on it, I think this song would be it.
Mm.
I don't know if I'm wrong on that. You can feel free to disagree with me on that, but
No, I think, as I said earlier, the song is like a good coming back song. I think for like JSF to return and then put this out. It's like a
yeah,
little
this
bit
is
of
a year ago, so yeah,
it's a
2020
little bit of like
too.
a return to form, a little bit of a throwback sound. We're retaining like obviously I think they progressed a lot in their vocal ability and like their rap ability, and they just use that in a sound that is more reflective of earlier KARD, which I think is good for people who maybe have like fallen off of the KARD train, or like were out of K-pop or getting back in, or I think it's a good thing to put out a song like this to kind of reinvigorate the momentum of the group.
I will ask Therese this, and she's more of a guy group stan. Is obviously, since a lot of the Korean groups, the male groups, they have to obviously do their military service. Do fandoms kind of, I guess, I mean, I guess inherently the question I have is like, would fandoms kind of die out during that time period of like when they go through military and then they're like, oh my God, they're back, let's do it, you know, like, I'm just curious.
The correct answer is no.
Okay.
I think there is.
I didn't mean to put you under the bus. That's why I just press her.
So what I did notice is from experience, from lived experience alone, I can tell you that when I started getting into K-pop, everyone around me locally was into EXO. Like BTS wasn't the top of their list yet. And since then, I've seen the local fandoms. Like I go to a lot of K-pop events where a lot of people put out their fan art on display or for people to buy. And I've noticed that the fan art for EXO is like dwindled down to almost zero. The fan art for BTS has dwindled down to maybe like half. And the Stray Kids fan art is on the rise. Like TXT Stray Kids is on the rise. And I think that's partially due to like younger fans getting into younger groups, and that makes sense. But I do think that like the conversation around certain boy groups that are in the military dies down while they're in the military. Once they come back, I don't notice a huge difference. The only difference is that like the fandom has matured. So there's no more of the fan wars or whatever, or less of that. Because before there was all this fan war on BTS, GOT7, EXO, and that's like completely died down. And now it's like a lot of Stray Kids, ATs, like all the newer groups. So I think it's partially maturing of the fandom. I think it's, but I don't think the fans ever leave. Like everyone's still going to check out EXO and the others. A Shiny's still got a heavy fandom going strong.
Yeah, I was just curious, since obviously the girls groups that we've talked about don't go on like a hiatus, you know, per se.
No, they have their own hurdles though. So
I'm sure.
I think that also sort of lends into like why I don't know the direct correlation, but generally speaking, most groups are debuting with plenty of time to like finish out their entire contracts before they even have to think about going to the military. I think a group being old enough where they have to worry about their military interfering with their schedules is a luxury and rare.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like if you make it far enough to have to think about how the military is going to interfere with your group, then you're doing way better than 99% of the industry.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, I guess that kind of answers my like lifespan on like, you know, groups. I mean, I guess it really depends on like.
Oh, we have no clue. I think now is the craziest time to pay attention to K-pop because we have all of the generations active at once. It's crazy. Like Super Junior is out here dancing with like Shiny, BTS, Stray Kids, and like all the brand new groups. It's crazy.
Big salutes though. If you're out here kicking it still after all those years, that's awesome. Love it.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like, especially the way the industry is like shifting recently, there's just no definite answer on like anything anymore, it seems.
Well, that's good
so, like,
though.
You can't even say it. Like we could always say, I feel like maybe 5-6 years ago, Therese, we could probably say like, oh yeah, this group's gonna debut with a 7-year contract, and that's probably what we're just gonna expect. Because that's like sort of what you're always told, and like kind of for a while how it went. And now you have groups where it's like, oh, you get news like, I don't know, 4 years in they renewed, or you have groups that just like go past 7 years and you hear nothing about contracts and like they're just active, or groups like serve their full contract, which I think still is technically around 7 years, but then they'll like sign another agency, or they'll like re-debut as another group. There's like so much open-endedness to the life of groups these days. There's like no even, you can't even. It used to
be heavily dependent on the contracts. So right now, while Blackpink are sort of assessing their contract and figuring out what they're going to do, everyone's really like scared that they're going to disband. But GOT7 paving the way. They left their company JYP. They ditched their contract, but they continued their promotions as a full 7-member group, and no other group had done that before. And now that they know they can do it and make money off of it, I think a lot of idols are assessing their situation and thinking like, oh, maybe I don't need this contract. Maybe I can just do what I want.
Go out.
It's also becoming more common for individual members to leave companies and still remain a part of the group as a whole.
Yeah. Which had happened before GOT7, to be fair. But they were the first group that fully left and managed to keep all of their naming and stuff.
Shout out.
And Icon was another recent one that had that happen, right?
Oh, yeah.
Am I right? Icon got all the rights given to them.
That's big.
I don't know much about their situation, but I would not be surprised.
I think I'm remembering that when their contracts were up, YG gave them all the rights to everything.
That's big.
That's awesome. I mean, that's a huge, like, I don't know. You don't see that happening in America. Scooter Braun and his hold on Taylor Swift's music. Like,
I was surprised. I was like,
yeah.
YG letting that go? Okay.
Yeah. Kind of strange.
YG stock's not looking so hot right now.
Well, anyway, we could go on about that forever. I'm sorry we took a wild tangent into K-pop lifespan here, but Cloud says I think this is like the re-debut after JSEF military service, and then he also said they tried to do this to regain old fans, which definitely makes sense. And they said they also tried to make a Latin tour dates before this album was confirmed. That's cool. No, like
came back and toured instantly.
That's great. Good for them. Yeah, I feel like the uncertainty of groups is always interesting to delve into, but I'm glad they were able to kind of like make their way through it. So very awesome.
Yeah.
Next one's Without You. Is this the newest one? We're getting into like the newer stuff, right, Alex?
Yes. So I think we're all basically in the last mini album now.
Okay.
I think this is a pre-release for the most recent mini album.
Sick. All right. Let's get into Without You.
I'll be right back. No need to pause.
I'm in pain.
Ooh,
뜨면 사라지니까
great vocals.
나타나 never let go. No, I don't want nobody else. 질 수 없어 누구도. You know that I can't live without you.
Ooh,
Don't make me fall through. Can't live without. 아무도 나를 가질 수 없어. 내가 아닌 누구도. For me, make you see me. Can't live without you. You don't believe me. 그 어떤 말도 좀 알아주려 애쓰는 남들처럼. Cause you like it when I go down, down, down. I'll make your body go wow, wow, wow. 이렇게 만들어. All I need is you.
Yo, edge of design 널 도와서 my map design 가지치게 tribute felt and cut the fuse my child 내온 고통 so few So I keep in your eyes thirsty for oasis bada bump for seasons epic 여정 without you there ain't no connection
Can't live without you. Don't make me fall through. Can't live without. 아무도 너를 가질 수 없어. 내가 아닌 누구도. Make you see me. Can't live without you. I know you want it bad, babe. Can't live without you. 아직 널 원해. 네가 아니면 you know I can't live without.
You I can't live without ritual of any doubt.
Alright.
Truth can hurt deeply and loud so the pain. Yeah, 좀 모든 걸 얻지 않게. No less than roll with you is how I remain. 여전히 escape, dance with you through rain. Don't yell at your baby, I'll guard and protect. The key to your heart will be safely kept. But loving you right is my only intent.
어쩔다가도 널 찾는 밤이
is that a changeover?
Whoa.
Nobody do my body like you. Since the day one, I'm by your side. 내 모든 날내 빛은 나. I can't live without you.
All right, all right, all right.
Don't make me
Ooh.
Let's go. All right, Soman crushing it.
can't live without. 아무도 나를 가질 수 없어. 내가 아닌 누구도. Make you see
Sick melody.
me. Can't live without you. I know you want it, baby. Can't live without you. 아직 날 원해. 네가 아니면 you know I can't live without.
Nice. There we go.
Oh, that was cool. That was
That was
good.
an interesting one.
Definitely my favorite BM lines I think I've ever heard.
I was gonna
BM
say,
crushed it,
BM's
yeah.
BM's verse was really good in this one.
I also
Yeah.
enjoyed J-Sef. I thought his lines were pretty sick too.
I didn't like his rap verse nearly as much.
Really?
Personally.
Okay, fair enough.
There's a way that he raps that accentuates the English words specifically so much more than every other word. Probably because I can
Yeah.
recognize them more. But it's like
He
you don't
really
have to hit it
hits the
that
fla-
hard.
he really hits
This
the
is-
extra
This
flavor.
is kind of a chiller tropical house situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I do have to
I
say,
liked it.
Soman's vocals were amazing in this.
Yeah.
And there's something like Jiwoo obviously killed it too. There's something really captivating about her as a performer, especially in that like last chorus.
Yeah.
And like the build up to it, where like I can't stop looking at Jiwoo even when it's like not her center time.
Classic.
Bias confirmed.
The one thing that my one thing I didn't really like too much, I think, about this was there's like a weird way they did the production on like the kick drums and the bass where it almost has like Brian, I don't know if you'll like also hear this. It almost has like a little bit of like a reversed feel to it or something. It's like
it's
almost like the
womp,
kicks.
womp. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, it's almost like
yeah.
the kicks are led into a little bit and they're really abruptly cut. Where I think
Like
they
they're
need like
backwards.
yeah, literally.
Actually,
Where like
yeah.
usually like a kick has like a tail to the
Yeah.
weight. You know, like a kick wave file would have like a tail to it and like have a little bit of like I don't know reverb or
It's
kind
kind of like a light wub almost. Weirdly enough.
Huh.
yeah, there's something just
Odd
a
about
little
it.
odd
I would
about
agree.
the production on like the percussion, and I don't think it's bad. It's just
Different.
jarring. I can't
Yeah.
not hear it throughout the whole song.
I
It
didn't
reminds
notice
me.
it at first, but
I can't think of the specific song. The way the song is designed reminds me of a Chungha song that I really like.
Oh,
I know
God.
what
I know
what
which
song
one you're talking about. Yeah.
I will not remember the name of it.
I can't
but
remember.
it's
gives me
probably
a
Stay
similar vibe.
Tonight, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Stay the night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just gives me
I
like
hear
a little
it.
bit of a similar vibe, especially in like the kind of the minimalist production.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think the song gave the vocalists, not the, I mean like the members a good chance to shine vocally through their verses, and again, Soman especially. But yeah, a little bit of a weird production choice for me, but doesn't really take away from the song being good. I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think the last chorus is probably my favorite of the part. I feel like Soman just went absolutely like nuts on the end, like some really cool like high falsetto-y sort of notes at the tail end of the song. I would agree with you, Alex, on the production. I think it's not bad. I definitely feel like stylistically they chose things that would, I guess, arguably separate them somewhat from this. But I also feel like it's almost slightly like a crack at like some of the groups that are like some of like what other K-pop music I've listened to on here. I feel like it's their kind of stab at like trying to do stuff that's, I don't want to say in the same lane, but I guess similarly to that. So I don't know. I thought it was pretty solid. I don't think it was like, I think if I closed my eyes and I didn't know it was KARD, I don't know if I would inherently think like this is KARD music, but I think obviously for the sheer fact that it's, you know, co-ed, I think that would make it pretty evident that I'm listening to a KARD song. But I think like musically, I don't know if it's something that I would particularly expect from them, which is fine. You know, I think that they have an opportunity to branch out, you know.
I thought it was on the same line as their vacation songs, as their tour guide songs. I thought it was kind of in line with those. So I really like this one.
This was just, good. This was a good one. The next one we have here is Icky.
Cool.
So,
side note, Therese, do you know about Soman's previous industry work?
No.
So I forgot. I probably should have mentioned this earlier. So Soman was the original leader of April.
Oh.
Yeah.
I only like vaguely know April, but fascinating. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about like her vocals, and I was trying to think of how they would match up in a more vocal group, because obviously she stands out in KARD, but like, okay, now I'm gonna check out more April. So
yeah, I don't think she was in April super long. I don't know the timeline there, but yeah, she was their leader. So fun.
Very sick. Well, we're gonna move on to the next one.
Let's get into Icky.
Let's go.
What a trip.
Rats.
Rats make me crazy.
I'ma get down. 황홀한 이 순간 널 가진 다음 Make it say oh my god 홀린 듯이 날 쳐다봐야 See my body speaking my mind When I get down 숨도 못 쉬겠지 엄마
빠르빠르 짧은 그 순간이 아쉬워는 나를 찾아와 I know what you like I get you come closer tonight Right under the sheets When it's you and me now we on the floor I'ma get icky, icky, icky I'ma get icky,
like this chorus.
갈수록 걸리는 걸 끝이 다가올수록 Know what I mean Icky, icky, Mind you and Icky, icky, icky
Is a vixen 수화먹고 게러보다 지금 페일에다 가린 듯한 mystic
you wanna read between the lines?
네가 집어 피스핀 I get the blue chip the first one's bucket This romantic 하나 필보다 하친 하게 끌어내 gasping that's my proud 이를 벽양되어 그질 like
Body to body 짧은 그 순간이 아쉬워 넌 나를 찾아와 I know what you like I get you come closer tonight Right under the sheets When it's you with me now we on the floor I'ma get it I'ma get it 갈수록 걸리는 걸
Yeah, let's go.
There it is.
About to get risky, hands getting frisky.
All right,
Threw it
sick.
back, caught it like
Let's go.
frisbee. Pheromones are fusing all over. Situation might get sticky, icky. Got you excited, says she want more than a tip. I ain't talking about guidance, darling. Mommy is wild and body can rise and leave what you been desiring.
Oh my god.
I'ma get it 갈수록 걸리는 걸 끝이 다가올수록 Know what I mean My innuendo My innuendo
That line. Oh my god. Fuck.
We can say that they weren't afraid to make any lyrical choices here.
You were certainly not okay.
Oh, classic.
I like how it was
Classic
my
line.
immediate reaction. I knew I was like, oh god. Fuck. Oh,
Oh, so good.
well, that was
I
KARD's
love
Icky.
this
Icky.
song.
The funniest part of this song to me, or like the best part, is when they came and did like a Good Morning America performance or something like that. Like
They
a
did
US.
not.
Yeah, they did. And the host asked them what the song was about, and BM just like just like made up some shit about it. Yeah.
No.
Oh
It was
Oh
so
my
fun.
god.
my god. What is the song? What do you think? God.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
I guess they
That's
couldn't
such a
make
good
it-
song.
I feel like they couldn't have explicitly asked, like, what's this song about? I don't know.
No.
Anyway, Therese, you can continue your thought. I didn't mean to interject.
I love the song. I love the mess. I love
The mess.
The sewer rat
This-
chic. I love I love that when BM came in with his lines, he basically teleported out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
That was bizarre. I don't remember seeing that the
He
first
has
time I watched
superpowers.
this music video. I was like, what the heck? But it was so much fun. Yeah.
Solid track, yeah. I like Jiwoo's part. I think she's really, like, again, listening to a lot of KARD stuff, I feel like she's such, and I know I mentioned this earlier, but I'll double down on it. I feel like she's such a versatile, like, artist in this group. Not that I feel like all the other members aren't good, but, like, I feel like she really stands really tall amongst the members just because, again, she can rap, she can sing. I think she meshes up well with Somin, and obviously, just, like, collectively, I think she's, like, just a strong team player, so I think that's kind of
There are no filler members here.
no way.
It's crazy.
It works out super well, and then obviously I got to give a shout out to BM on something I'll never be able to unhear again in my entire life. So
You got to get through all the all
It's
the
a little cringe,
dance
though.
videos.
it's a little cringe.
No, it's everything. It's everything. I'm sticky, icky.
Yeah.
I think
It's
just
the
like
fact that he
the
went like
word
his-
icky. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think even just the word icky has such good like texture.
All right, fine. Yeah, I'll give you
It's
that.
so crunchy and it's really good to rap with. So this is a good group.
I
pick it up.
love that Jason like fucking fell through, like he like teleported like as if he like fell into a
Yeah, what
Mario
is going
64
on with
painting.
him?
He was just like, oh.
I couldn't figure out why he was like randomly.
I was just
in the
like, he was
bathroom. I guess
literally
he
like in the bathroom, like brushing his teeth, and then like the whole fucking floor opens up and he gets swallowed in.
trippy stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how I felt about the real, like, I mean, I respect the CGI, like, in this, but it was a little
You know what
daunting.
this song is? This song is some like the crispiest fried chicken with like the oil is like dripping down your arms, but you're like, man, it's so good.
I don't think it will not beat whatever fucking drugs we were on for XG though. Those music videos were like, that was a shared experience. Anyway, Alex, what do you have to say about Icky?
Good song. I like it.
Solid.
I don't have much else to add.
We hit all the 10 points for you. Like, I got you.
I think we talked about everything I have to talk about.
Okay.
I mean, I like the rap verses, especially J-Seph's in this one.
Did you hear this one before? Was this in your 20% that you didn't hear? Okay.
No, I'm very familiar with this one.
Okay, cool.
I like the commitment to the lyrics. You know?
That's
Solid.
quite a way to put it. Yeah, for sure.
I actually love like the hard commitment where it's like all the marketing, it has like this vibe too, and like the album keeps up with the same like I don't know, like Nickelodeon's Slime vibe.
Oh
and,
yeah.
Okay,
and like
fair,
even
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 their
BM
logo
dyeing
right
his
here.
hair green. Well, even BM having like lime,
Yeah,
like
he did.
slime green hair.
Yeah.
So I love the hard commitment.
He's really going through his alt face.
I was feeling for Gio in that bathtub. Like she put her head down and everything, and I'm like, oh my god, the polymers.
Rough.
The hard commit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're going through their emo phase, maybe. Who knows? You know, respect. Anyway, the next song we have in the last one, we have Cake. Man, they really.
Yes, this one is just a this one's a B-side from this last album, and they just put out a dance practice video for it. The reason I included it is because this song is also doing well. It also is. So I had seen live performances of it because I think they had done it on tour or like some kind of live stage for it prior to this practice coming out. And once you see this dance practice, you'll understand why I want you to see it.
All right. Well, last song, guys. We're getting into Cake.
Therese, have you seen this?
No, I thought it was gonna be a cover of Cake by Itzy.
You're in for something.
I'm excited.
Hey, K. Turn it up right now.
Hey, don't you wanna taste? Make you wanna put your tongue on money cake. Don't let a bite go to waste. 남김없이 icing까지. 오늘의 식욕을 억제하지 마. This cake ain't gonna eat us all coming이라. 원하는 그 맛의 이상일 거야. Put it on your body and
Baby on the bounce, get the night straight to the cake from my window. Baby I ain't no beginner 끝이 멀었어 아직은 너무 엘라. 아쉬움이 남지 않도록 go to work 살살게 물어 입에 묻혀 침이 흘러 Feed the appetite like
yeah, 타락한 약간 식스잖아 핍시 혈관 타진 위스키와 립스틱 번지듯 차오른다는 기지 요동쳐와 심박 질끈 따라 긴박 적나라한 스탠스 위나 드러낸 거 filling the spot over the limit 루나티가 들 매니악적인 the deal 어두움에 가린 뒤 we got a rush dream enjoy the thrill of sweet 높은 끈적함에 밀도 침착한 의 진동
Baby 오늘 밤 skip dinner straight to the cake for my winner.
All right.
Baby no I ain't no beginner 끝이 멀었어 지금 너무 in love. Keep it up yeah yeah. 아쉬움이 남지 않도록 걸어와. 살살게 물어 입에 묻혀 침이 흘러. Feel it every time.
I just love that there were one dance move. It's like
Give me that K, 29K, 맛보자 K, hey, 29K, give me that K, put it in my face.
Yup. Yeah. They served it. They served it up. That was their slice of cake.
like cake. Yeah, they served it up like cake. Truly.
I'm so glad this wasn't an Itzy cover because that was goddamn good. I'm getting into the parasocial quintuple now. I'm getting into it.
Yeah,
This
now
is-
you're,
Yeah. I honestly expected there to be way more twerking. Like, they kept doing the God's Menu stuff, which is, like, fun and all, but I was like, I know what this is about. I know.
But the grinding was crazy.
The grinding
the one
made me,
where-
like, low-key uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But not, like, in a bad way. Just like, ooh, should I be watching this? Ooh.
Yeah. Wow, should we be watching this on Twitch? Oh my god. Oh.
Ooh, scandalous. That was really fun.
I do have to say that two things. One, that might be my favorite J-Sep verse.
I would agree, yeah.
It's at least up there. And two, the vibes that Jiwoo gives in this song are so good.
So
it's
good.
like
Oh
like
my
she's
God.
got like in
She's
the
my
beginning
bias.
when she first came in, she had like a little bit of like a Dami vibe to her.
That's
with,
what
like,
I
the
thought. I was like, yes, please. Give me more.
It was like that good like low and slow rap tone, you know? I'm like, oh, that's so good.
Oh, that hit me in the chest.
Oh.
I'm always gonna.
Yeah,
be
I
a
did not
Dami
expect
stan.
that. It was very good.
Yeah,
I think she might be my bias too.
She is definitely my bias.
Yeah,
Once she hit me
might,
at the
yeah.
end, I was like already like Jiwoo 100%, but then she gave me that little extra 10% with that like low, like as Alex said, that low like rap, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I think she
Try to
might
do
have
like
a
my
full
Duro
sweep
Dami.
on
Yeah.
us.
But what were you saying, Alex? Sorry, I kind of cut you off.
I was just saying I think Jiwoo might have a full sweep on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full sweep.
We should have like a edit where we're
Oh wait,
like,
no.
yeah, Jiwoo's winner.
Wait. Royal Flush?
Oh, come on.
I'm like, I know
There you
cards.
Oh.
No.
You could say
that
it's
was
a
really
full
good.
house.
And yeah. Oh, Full House was what I was thinking. Yeah, whatever.
I got you. I got you, Therese. We can
But
all
yeah,
make card dad jokes, you know. Respect. Oh my god.
Very good.
Good song though.
group.
Yeah, this one I think I like that this one wasn't like too crazy in terms of like the beat. I feel like it's pretty straightforward, and I'd say pretty tame in regards to like what I would expect from KARD. So I like that. But yeah, definitely I think if I just heard this song, I'd be like, okay, this is a solid song. But I do say the dance video, the practice video was leaves some things to be desired, certainly. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Leave some things to be
What do you mean?
desired.
What are you desiring, sir?
I don't know.
Yeah, what more could you want?
This is like not,
I thought
after
they did.
hours.
I thought they did plenty in that dance.
Ooh,
Okay, well, fair enough.
interesting. Okay.
There's plenty of ups and downs in this whole live, so that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, especially in this
Interesting.
certain move in that choreo.
Yes.
That was. Woo.
Nice one, Alex.
You ever think like? I hope they're really close.
Yes.
Like Therese, I'm sure you've thought about this before. Like,
Why?
No. I'm getting at a different question.
Okay.
There's always like the thought of like, oh, how close is this group with each other? You know what I mean? About any group. Like, you always hear stories about someone was a bully or someone didn't get along with someone like later in the future about some groups, not everyone, but it's like common knowledge to know that it's an industry like any other industry where people won't get along. I'm just saying, I'm just getting at that I hope everyone in KARD is really good friends and really comfortable with the dance moves, because
Same.
I can't imagine having to do these dance moves with somebody that you like don't get along with.
Yeah, because I've heard stories of people where they're like, they want us to sing to each other, but it's like really cringy, so we have to look beyond the other person's face.
Yeah.
And like, this is definitely one of those instances where that those dance rooms were just like so awkward. And you got to be a true performer to get over those awkward bits, or to like scream in the studio when there's like nothing really, no hype to be had yet. They're good at committing. They're really good at it.
That's fair. Yeah, I'll give them that. Yeah, no, I like KARD. I think overall, for being like a co-ed group, I thought they were pretty solid. I don't think there was anything particularly that I felt like they did bad compared to other groups we've talked about, but like I can definitely see where, like, especially in this last video, where like they're trying to appeal to both genders, both, like, just a group of people. Like, it doesn't matter if you're just like you're gonna think they're all sexy.
I think we're at that point where I think the marketing of K-pop is less gendered and more just in general, like, here are the vibes.
How can we make them hot? Yeah. How can we make them like, yeah. How can we sell the vibes? Yeah, that's true. I agree with that, Therese. I guess some of my favorites, I did like Icky a lot. I'd probably say, other than that, I enjoyed, despite how cringy, I guess not cringy, but I guess despite how like Vacation Destination Ride on the Wind was, I actually enjoyed that song a lot. So that one, and I'd probably round it out with Dumb Litty. I thought that one was that was a good one. That is the only time, and hopefully the last time, I will say that in a video.
I think Icky is still my favorite. There's definitely some recency bias.
Sure, yeah.
I still love Bomb Bomb. So
Bomb Bomb's good too. That's true.
Yeah. And Enemy was the dark horse, the surprise, like,
Ooh, yeah,
wow moment for me.
Yeah, I feel like Enemy non-title track number one. Like, if I had to pick, like, out of the group of songs, I think Enemy was definitely amongst the top 5. But if I'm talking about title tracks, I would probably say that. I'd also throw Bomb Bomb as well in there as well too. Alex, what was your favorite? Because you obviously know KARD better than all of us here.
I think my favorite is still Red Moon, probably.
Okay.
It has been for a while. I really like Bomb Bomb.
Bomb Bomb's good, yeah. I do like that.
I don't know. I feel like KARD's a group where, like, it depends, like, what vibe I'm feeling. You know what I mean? Like, I'll have some times where, like I'll throw in, like, Dumb Litty and Bomb Bomb into, like, some workout playlist or something. And I'm like, yeah, these hit. These are the best KARD songs ever. And there's other songs where, like, I don't know, I'm driving to the beach and I have, like, Ride on the Wind on, and
yeah,
I'm like, yeah, this is nice. This is, like, the perfect vibe. This is the best KARD song ever. So
I do
I
like
don't
that.
know.
I do like they had like kind of like a hard period of like doing some like more like EDM club braver sort of like Latin infused tracks, and then like first half of their discography is like more like let's do the chill like Rubaton like vibey sort of stuff. So I gotta give them credit. They're just like all the other groups we've talked about on here, super versatile. And I'm curious what they're gonna do next because it seems like they're going back into their sexy phase again. So we'll see what their next album brings. Next
I
mini
think they're
album.
super versatile, but I think they're very consistent. I don't think
Agreed.
there was a single video that I saw that I was like, oh, they must have like tried to do something different here, or like, oh, they compromised their musicality for something else.
Sure.
Like there was never that instance, so I really appreciate it.
Unless that
What's
one music
something,
video we're talking about, the you and me. That
You
one
and Me.
I still don't get that one. We went through the ringer and I still don't get that.
Good song for such a
what's
confusing
something-
music video.
What's something you guys would like to see KARD do?
Ooh.
I feel like since they're going in like the sexy direction, I feel like they could. I feel like it'd be interesting to see, like, it'd be interesting to see how far they push the envelope. You know, like I know they're already kind of doing that now, but like, I feel like they could. I feel like there's all like they're hitting that line. You know, that's my.
I want to say, musically, I kind of want to hear him do a slow, like, not jazz,
like a ballady sort of song.
maybe like R&B or something that's groovy, like
Okay.
just pure groovy. They probably have that in their B-sides, but that's the only thing I think I'm missing.
Do you have something, Alex? What do you think?
I want a. I would really like to hear a solo EP from every member.
Ooh,
Oh, for sure.
That would be cool. Yeah. Okay.
'Cause I know we didn't get into it tonight, but BM's is pretty good, I think.
There was one that I saved by him. I can't remember which one.
Is BM the one that's from the States?
Yeah.
Alex? Okay. I was trying to remember. I didn't think it was JSF, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, this was good. I like them. It's definitely like, again, they kind of have an interesting style, and I think for the sheer fact that they're co-ed, that I think offers another level of dimension that I think is a good like middle ground between some of the guys groups we're planning on talking about here on the channel. Like, I'm excited to kind of see where some of the stuff that I pointed out within like guys groups, if like some of those thought processes like migrate over to other guys groups, since, you know, again, co-ed groups aren't really that popular. So I think that's kind of what I'm interested to see. But yeah, KARD's been fun. If you enjoyed this, thank you for watching. Much love to Cloud for being in the chat. I know he's come back a couple of different times, so big salutes to you. But yeah, I don't know who we're doing next. We do plan on doing Stray Kids, but per Therese's information, they have a comeback soon, next month, right, Therese?
Yes, I think they've been teasing one for November.
Oh,
but
okay.
as I was like trying to get some stuff together to show you guys for Stray Kids, I realized how extensive their discography is.
It's
and
really
I
crazy.
think
It's long. Yeah.
I think as of now I have like 13
Ooh.
videos, and that gets up to their signature music video that released in 2020, I think. So
Jesus.
And we have to cover at least
That
like,
would
all
definitely-
the title tracks.
yeah, that would definitely be a
It's a couple
two-part
part.
or
Yeah.
multiple parter. So
Multi.
if we wanted to get started, now would be the time. But yeah, I'm a little more prepared than I was last week.
That's all right.
Okay.
We got you.
Yeah, I think maybe we just get a head start on Stray Kids probably. I'm taking a look right now and seeing what else is the rest of the month. We've got the IVE comeback
Ooh.
in about a week.
Oh, we could also
Little over a
probably
week.
pitch this as well, because Alex did mention this to me that we could also do like a multi-group stream like we did with the solo acts, the solo female artists that we had. So if you do want to see that, maybe we'll put together kind of a group of like smaller, I don't know if it's going to be necessarily exclusively guys groups or not, but just maybe groups that may not warrant like a full video like this, but we still want to tackle. So let us know in the comments if there's any groups you'd like us to kind of hit that may not, have as much out, but you would like us to see us talk about, because we'll probably include it in more of a like multi video thingy. But yeah,
if there's any other good co-ed groups,
yes,
love to know.
Where are they at?
Somehow, if we somehow missed them.
Yeah, where are they at? KARD seems to be the most popular one. So, but yeah, and if you have any other groups in general, I know, like I said, we definitely plan on doing Stray Kids. We have a couple more that we have lined up. I know there's a couple different comebacks, and obviously just being the time of year where everybody's trying to release stuff, we're going to try to tackle good majority of it if we can. So, but yeah, if you have any suggestions, let us know. If you enjoyed this video, share, like, and subscribe. It goes a long way. And thanks again to Therese and Alex for coming back. They're crushing it. So I'm excited to take the journey with the rest of you guys in the next video.
Thanks again for going on the journey with us.
Ayo, let's go, guys. Thanks
I'll do
again.
another fun one.
All right, guys. You have a good night.
Bye.